Alright. Well, we start this session, right? Pretty much at the tail end of the last one. A few hours have passed since then, however, as Gwendolyn fled back inside to the safety of Finley and the rest of the group. The Plank Queen, or ex-Plank Queen, put up no real fight. She had no way to fight back and hasn't put up a struggle since, seeming defeated, almost fully. Gwendolyn explained the attack, but with no recourse and no way to fight back, your party is forced to simply let it go, not knowing what that means. You figure the best thing for all of you is to separate pretty quickly, because Gwendolyn never saw this man and has no great enemies, as other pirate captains don't really fear him, but the people know who he is. There's no real competition, so he doesn't think they're after him. You guys also have no description of this man that snuck up on him, and therefore have no reason to necessarily suspect they're after you more than Gwendolyn. All you each know is that it's likely safer to not be around each other. Godwin, fairly quickly, and or Gwendolyn, both even, message Kingsley and the rest of the crew, along with Ford and Jester, to come claim the prize of being Plank King. You fairly quickly, more or less, tell your minions, at the moment, to go and talk to the Dragon Turtle, and they head off and report back that they understand that there is new law enforced, and as long as the cut stays the same, it will abide by the new Plank King's rules. Kingsley and the Mighty Nine's remaining ships are let into dock, and they greet each of you with jovial welcomeness, as they think you've more or less proved yourself at this point. Gwendolyn more or less explains that he's done with the pirating life and would like to be a painter of sorts and explore the world in a far safer manner, and in this case, with strong allies to protect them. Kingsley agrees to sign him on as more or less a frivolous expense, along with to replace his old lieutenant, which was the Plank Queen. And you are more or less living a far less dangerous life. You're not going to get in scenarios by yourself any longer. And you get to explore the world peacefully and paint. The crown is handed over, and Kingsley takes up residence as the Plank King once more, leaving his ship in seemingly a more secure dock, hidden away in a small alcove that most people will not notice when pulling in. You guys, without any further ado, load back onto Ford's ship. You really have no major work here to be done. That is, unless you do want to do something here.
Before they do part off, Gwendolyn, who has now taken the form of a human, which is like 2 feet less than what he was. He's now shorter than what he was, but you can still hear the thuds of his footsteps from how strong he was. He goes up to the party, looks at them, is like, I suppose I should thank you for helping the Mighty Nine reclaim the throne. I'm hoping that the season will be more peaceful, and this place can gain more trade. So that is up to more so whatever Kingsley decides. But I'm afraid that no longer matters to me, as for now I'm just a painter, and everyone will assume that the beauty is gone, and that I, a pirate captain no longer, have perished trying to overthrow the ex-Plank Queen.
Well, thank you too as well, because we would have not won that battle without you. I'll hand out 50 gold. just for, I know you're now like a part of, Kingsley and everything, but it's just a thank you.
Uh, well, I appreciate it. I honestly believed I thought I was going to die during that skirmish, but I guess faking my death is better than actually dying.
You're not the only one. I thought I was very dead very early on that battle. But
Indeed, I almost thought that your friend Biel was going to make it, but luckily you had me by your side.
yeah, he actually wouldn't have made it without you. So
Well, if you ever decide to come back at some point, do know that you have a friend uh, here somewhere.
Make that many friends. Ford at this point has stepped into the area, kind of just butting into the conversation slightly. We also appreciate your grand job here. Don't be afraid to ask for anything. You need aid from powerful allies. Gwendolyn here is on our payroll now, Kingsley's at least. So I'm sure he might come back to help you some point, yet again. And we are in somewhat of your debt, though mostly you're paying for the ship. Overtaking the Plank King is a large ask for a single ship. So, anything you need, as long as it's reasonable, of course, we can also help with. Kingsley's also told the guards to let you go in to the vault next to the dungeon and pick out some magic items or some gold for your uses. One or the other, not both, but anytime you want to go down there, any guard around here will escort you. Goodbye, and see you guys next time fate wills it that we meet.
you have no debt in us. We definitely did a whole lot of mess ups, and this is just the start of us repaying for what we did. Thank you for showing us like everything you did, everything you've shown us has helped. We do need the money and items. I will not lie. We are, oof. So I say, yeah, we could go there real quick, but yeah, thank you.
Catch whatever
And
ship on the ports. I will make sure to pay for your journeys back to mainland.
I guess we go to the vault.
Alright. You and your squad head down towards the underground storage containers that make up the Plank King current wealth. Inside of what is some of the darkest rooms you've ever seen, many fancy baubles and strangely piles of gold. Most rich people don't do this. They put their gold in boxes or something to keep it safe. This is like a child's pirate lair where they have just thrown piles of gold to make it look like it's a pirate's lair or a dragon's hoard or whatever. There is some in gold or in chests and such, but a good portion of the gold here is just scattered, and many magic items are like stabbed into it, like you would see in fantasy art. Several guards are down here, specifically 3 guards of the elite type that arm this castle, are standing nearby and making sure you don't take too much, as you are allotted a specific amount. Godwin and Biel will go and pick whatever they pick. I will give them options later, as they are not here right now. But William, what you see around, specifically, and whatever you take, they can't, is what looks to be a large, like almost oversized rapier that is extremely thin, and you understand would likely give you a further reach than most combatants. However, you would have to unattune to your blade, therefore destroying it. The other thing you notice is what looks to be a extremely white shield, and you might think that it's made of a dragon scale. It looks very, very similar to the dragon scale that you got from killing the white dragon those months ago. But this looks to be very, very large, enough to cover like a good third of your body if you held it up. So probably an ancient dragon, like real old. Obviously magical as well in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there is a set of armor that seems to have weird ridges and spikes that are like curled into the leather. And likely some sort of contraption on the inside to activate it, likely doing damage to attackers in melee. Alongside what looks to be a massive spyglass that you can hold with both hands, and you have no idea what it does. You just know it looks like a huge telescope that you can use with two hands.
So I'm guessing the armor is just leather armor.
It is studded leather armor, and it has the extra ability to shoot out spikes to harm melee attackers.
Okay, so there's a rapier that doesn't do more damage than my old one, but it goes further out.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot
shield.
reach rapier.
How many items did he say we can take, or just let it get?
You can take 8 item or 2,000 gold.
Oh.
And those
So I
are the
don't-
4 major items that are here. The rest seem very lackluster in comparison, and you could probably purchase it for cheaper.
How much AC do I give him the shield?
As far as you know right now, it's a regular shield.
I
What?
know it's definitely not.
It's definitely not, but
I-
it looks to be at the moment because you have no arcane understanding.
Identify.
You don't have identify.
I think I have to identify. I think I have it.
Godwin does.
Yeah, I'll just say Godwin can cast it for you. He's not that stingy with first level spell slots, and he'll get
Yeah.
rest anyway.
Are-
The shield is known as the Dragon's Lover Shield. It is a shield made of many, many small scales of a white dragon that have been mended together to form one large formation. The abilities of this shield is it is a +1 shield, granting you 3 AC. If you get hit with an attack, you can use a reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke once with it, doing cold damage. One thing you note, however, is that it is technically cursed and is a sentient weapon that, when you attune to it, will fall madly in love with you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't care about
God.
I don't care about the sword. I don't care about the armor because it's just leather, but I get to do damage with
You
it.
know that it might fall madly in love with you, but like it's a yandere style madness. Like it's not a normal It ain't gonna control you or anything necessarily, but it is a yandere style madness. And there is something hidden beyond, ever so slightly, but it can't be too detrimental, otherwise the spell would have recognized it.
Oh no. Oh
You might
wait,
have an
someone
insane
fell.
sword.
I think
or
I know what I was
shield.
gonna do. I think since it's a yandere and you said that I think further on, but you can't see it. If something
Well, if
else
it's
falls in love with
yandere
me,
for
it's gonna
you,
try
that's
to
a
kill.
good thing, right?
It's gonna try to kill the other person that likes me.
But who is that? You know.
I don't have anyone like that yet, but there's a certain ex-wife
Well,
around.
as long as
There's
you
a
don't go
certain
near
ex.
'em.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a certain. Oh wait, what if I act gay around skins?
Okay, I don't know about that. But
What's gonna happen there? Okay. In the telescope, someone else can say. I'm taking the shield.
okay, the other items you know is the telescope allows you to extend your range of spellcasting once per day up to half a mile for whatever spell you want it to be.
What?
As long as you have line of sight, whatever spell you want to cast, you can fire it as if you were able to fire it half a mile away.
Alright, what's the sword do? Is it just longer?
The sword is a +1 rapier that is extremely elongated to the point where you have a 10-foot reach. The other major ability is that you can use it as a pogo stick, and it can let you jump 10 extra feet on your height.
I'm taking the shield.
All right. Did I say another one? Did I say another magic item that I already forgot? Or was it just those three?
It was the sword, the shield, the armor. which you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
go
the
off
armor.
of.
I already described that. It's a
Yeah.
studded leather armor that you can use a bonus action whenever combat starts for the next minute, spikes will protrude out of it, and any attack that hits you that's a melee, they take a D4 piercing damage.
Sorry, can you go over the
Question.
last bit of the sword again? Oh, Sean, go ahead.
Question. Did Gwendolyn follow or no?
I mean, yeah, you're here, but like, you can take an
Okay.
item of this technically.
Okay. Well, Gwendolyn ain't gonna do that as he's on payroll now. He can probably just make this whatever much because he deems himself a pretty good painter considering that all of his artworks, although now gone, considering they're sunken in the ocean, uh, uh, he considers himself a decent painter. He's gonna look. He's gonna look at the item that William has. Assuming Godwin had spoke out loud before all of us on what the property of this shield does. Gwendolyn's gonna like just stare for a second. Um,
What?
I could help with that.
What do you mean?
Uh, your Godwin here said that the shield is cursed.
Yeah, it just kind of likes me, I guess. I don't know. You know, it just likes me.
As an act of not getting me killed and somewhat protecting me. And one last favor before we all leave, I could help with that if you'd like.
You see, that is a nice offer. That would be really nice. But I kind of see what's gonna happen down the road.
So you're willing to take a cursed object.
It only likes me. I want to see what kind of happens. Like if we go to like a tavern, with prostitutes, and I want to see what it does.
Also, clarification: you can cast remove curse. It doesn't remove the curse on the item. It just breaks his attunement to it.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Yes.
the curse remains, so he just wouldn't be able to take the item. By the way, you were asking
Oh,
earlier
okay.
about the sword. The last
Yeah.
bit is that you can use it as a pogo stick because it's so long and bendy, and it allows you to jump an extra 10 feet if you use it.
Okay, that's a pretty fucking funny one. I'm not gonna
All
lie.
of
Just
these
seeing
are,
William
I
pogo
literally
stick on
made
it.
these to be funny. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't care. I think Eden would take the longer magic range.
Oh, hey, speaking of him.
There he is.
Oh yeah, there's the guy. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Okay,
I'm taking the shield.
Eden, can you hear yet?
Yeah. Yeah, what's
Okay.
up?
Right now, you are getting your reward for Kingsley's mission here, getting the Plank King.
Yeah.
The remaining magic items, Damien, what you see in this room is piles of gold and like items jammed into it to replicate like a dragon's hoard in a fantasy picture. But Damien found a shield that is cursed and is yandere for him if he attunes to it. The other items are a telescope, studded leather armor, and a extremely long rapier. The extremely long rapier is a +1 rapier that gives you 10-foot reach, and it doesn't require attunement, but you can also use it as a pogo stick to increase your jump by 10 feet. The armor is studded leather that you can use a bonus action for the next minute. Spikes protrude out of it. Any melee attacks do a d4 of damage to the attacker. And the remaining one is a telescope that once per day you can cast whatever spell you like as if you were half a mile or up to a range of half a mile away.
Oh, dang.
You see William take the shield.
Yeah, William has the shield, or you could take 2,000 gold if you don't think any of those items seem valuable.
I think that 500. I think that half a mile. That was a good.
Yeah.
It's once a day,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that
you could
sounds
do a lot with it. You do need clear line of sight, though. You have to be able to see all the way to half a mile to use it.
Okay.
Oh, into the range up into half a mile.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
and do you have to attune to it?
The telescope is attunement, yes. The only ones that aren't is the armor set isn't and the sword isn't. The shield and the telescope are.
Could Chase not play today?
No, he's not going to be here. I'm just going to give him the
Okay.
remaining options whenever he gets back.
Is Finley also taking something?
I mean, they can, but they're also returning to payroll, so it doesn't
fair.
really matter.
What did you say, Willow?
She said no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you can also take one of the magic items or 2,000 gold if Trent didn't already say that.
Yeah,
Good.
you have the option for 2,000.
Well, I'm taking the gold. I don't want any of those.
All right, 2,000 gold. Add it to your pockets then.
Yeah, I honestly I would take the telescope, but I'm already attuned to 3 items.
Yeah, the bat, the broom, and something else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See
I
what
can't
I'm-
remember what it is off the top of my head though. Oh, the ring of water walking.
Ah, those are useful items.
I only have the sword and the armor. Oh, but I get my sentinel shield.
Yeah.
I can hold 2 shields.
Technically, you
Or
can have
yeah,
attunement to both, and it still uses it as normal.
no, sentinel shield isn't attunement, so I can just use that for combat and be like, haha, I have advantage on stuff, and then when in combat starts, I'll just change out the shield.
Takes an action to change shields.
Does it?
Yes. It's a bonus action to tear them off, action to equip.
Oh, so that's my full round.
Yeah. What does Sentinel Shield do? Just give you advantage on.
Give me advantage on perception and initiative.
To be honest, I would just use the Sentinel Shield when I want advantage on perception if I were you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You see, Godwin, that is a lot of money, but come on, this shield looks cool. So I'm taking it. Uh, I guess we're done here. Okay,
I guess so.
I guess we are.
Any last things you'd like to do before you find a traveling ship back to the mainland?
Yeah, man, I gotta write it down. I can do contribute.
Yep. All right then. You guys managed to find your way to one of the many ships that are now permitted to sail the seas, and the merchant ships that near immediately, surprisingly, almost like following hours after the Mighty Line take over, with news spreading across the world fairly quickly, as clerics and such that can receive and send spells aren't rare on ships, as they are necessary healing factors in mending people. The news spreads quickly, and so ships sail in by the time you are on your way down. And you know these ships aren't made for combat. These are merchant ships. These are fishing ships. These are just people who happen to be in the area who now willingly come down here to trade hours after Kingsley takes position. You guys easily find any ship you want. Doesn't really matter which one. And you just kind of pick the quickest one that is going directly to Nicodranas, as that is the closest port and also the one where you have your only allies that you know of on the menagerie, other than Zeal, which could be at any of the cities. Hopping on, the passage is paid by Ford, as he said he would cover any cost. You manage to begin your sailing spree, separating from Finley and Gwendolyn, sadly, and head back towards mainland. For the first time in a long time, you are back, or going back to, at least, the actual continent of Wildmount, and not being on the seas or the islands surrounding. And when the 20 days pass, or so, that it takes to get back to Nicodranas, you are thankful, as you guys have gathered your sea legs, but it's kind of bland staring out at the blue ocean all the time with nothing around other than possible dangers that lurk below. And when you see Nicodranas in all of its fabulous, overzealous in every action form, you guys are grateful to be returning back to such a lively and generous city. Even as the light dims as you near port and slowly just sink your ship into its small little port section, you note the activity is slowing down, but the colors still remain, and torches light up to fill the night. And new activities arise, more nighttime activities than daytime activities, but still, people are active, even if not in the most safe of scenarios. You head inside, and down towards the common tavern you normally stay in, now with gold to supply your journey and not having to skimp out on any particular visit or on any particular room this visit. Finding your way closer and closer to the tavern, you guys note what immediately puts you on alarm, but they don't seem to be staring at you, so you're kinda relaxed, even though you see combat ahead. Or at least what looks like the tail end of combat. It looks to be maybe 12 or so guys, men and women mixed, of course, all different races and stuff, but they all just kind of seem to be with swords and shields drawn, looking around anxiously, and they're backed up against a wall as if they're afraid of getting flanked. There are several general-like characters who are giving commands to their personal squads, but most of those commands seem to more or less be, look out. Do you see any of them? Stay against the wall. Stay near, trying to keep their people as closely corralled as possible. As you head down the alley and end up slowing and stopping, filling one of the 3 routes out of the place, the people look at you and make the fatal mistake of taking their eyes off the rooftops. You see lightning, or at least what looks like a strike of lightning, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, scattering over the roofs like a strange web series of electrified shocks. You hear the footfalls of what sound like pattering feet on the rooftops around you, not mimicking, but following those lightning bolts. You see a darting figure jump from the rooftop across the alleyway, and then again and again, circling once, twice, before they jump down. A short sword finding the crevice in the first man's armor between where his neck and shoulder meet, stabbing directly down into his heart. A second short sword shooting out, gashing a second man across the throat. Immediately he begins gurgling and falling backwards. And at this point you note 4 other figures darting out of the shadows around you, several of which you recognize. 2 heavy mechanical creatures. One, you note, has sketchy-looking legs, but with a permanent shield asphyxiated and what looks to be a strange lance-like weapon that he points toward the targets. It begins to glow slightly blue. You note that this is the robot that had no legs when you first met him, that Jumbo was carrying around. You also know what looks to be Jumbo, now without any extra encumbrance, and looking with far more skill, as he seems ready and has his fist up in a monkish style movements, with his metal hands likely doing good amounts of damage. You know Biel's sister, Faye, seeming to have 2 spiked gauntlets of energy that end in like 2 large swords coming directly out of her fist, but those gauntlets are made entirely of a purplish star-like substance, likely strange psychic energy, the same way Biel's hand looks. And the final figure you recognize is one that comes to you with a sense of dread. One that not too long ago you guys ran off to sail north, back into the Empire or into the Dynasty. Nimi Findel, Skinzalots, Faye, Jumbo, and what looks to be a small dog creature, also robotic, but for the most part just kind of prancing back and forth, almost like a hunting dog. All enter the fray. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and want all of you to roll some initiative.
We're fighting we're fighting skins?
No, you're fighting with skins.
Oh!
As he leaps directly down here, both of these forms are immediately decimated by his blades.
Give us inspiration, Trent. Come on, bro.
Why would I give you inspiration? What have you done to get inspiration?
Watch Skins and his entire crew just, like, do some cool lightning crap, bro.
These guys are stepping around their corners.
Oh no, I got to reroll. Not rerolling RPG.
I forgot to name this guy. Wait, no I didn't. That's Jumbo. I didn't say unnamed person a second ago. Oh, this is this one.
Okay, so who is Jumbo? I know that one chick is Biel's sister, but who's Jumbo?
Jumbo is a robot they found back in Aor. They had met Biel at this point, But over the course of that adventure, they found a service robot that was like a butler creature, but his limbs were rusted together, and he was entirely stationary other than his eyes, and he was deaf. And he couldn't understand what they were saying because he was deaf. And more or less, they mended new robotic limbs on him, and you know that his limbs are like not the same model. He has limbs, one is like really rigid and frail looking and almost like sharp claws on it, likely meant for not very fine tasks, like very rough movements. The other is like extremely bulky and like a heavy lifter thing. The legs are entirely two different models, one meant for running, the other meant for more advanced like fine motor movements. For some reason he is extremely mismatched, and this other robot was the robot that he was using as a weapon before he learned how to be a monk.
Where's Skins at?
Skins is right
Love you.
here standing in front of, or with two corpses now dropped around him.
Redhead.
Yeah, he it's a little beanie cap, I don't know, that's the only thing I can figure out.
Okay. 21 initiative.
Give me a second, I forgot to open Google Docs so I can
I'm
keep track.
I'm gonna miss that advantage.
1 second, bruh. God dang it.
What'd you get?
I got a 7.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Godwin was just stunned from the immaculate scene he just saw.
Wait, can I have advantage?
No. 25 to
Did you
20?
give 21. Willow, what'd you roll?
Did they message? No.
Nope.
Their headset worked for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. The false hope that it might work.
23.
So Nim goes before William?
Yep. 23, 21.
So Nim, William. Anyone else in 25 to 20? 20 to 15.
Is BL here with us?
BL is
No.
here, technically. He got a 5, so it ain't gonna matter. He's gonna be bottom of the list anyway. But 20 to 15. Alright. Enemies. 10 to... So, 15 to 10. 10 to 5. Really?
Oh,
Eden?
I'm a 7, sorry.
Okay, I was about to say...
Eden, you're gonna make me so upset in a minute, bro, if you said you had lower than a 5.
Okay, and what was Skins?
Oh, I thought we were doing the thing, but alright, I didn't roll. Never mind.
What
Okay,
are you doing
let
the
me
thing?
see.
I already described you jumping down and killing 2 of them.
I know, but I thought like you meant. Never mind. Okay, well
What?
I have advantage now. Yeah. So that's a. I think the last one was a 9, so 9 plus 5.
14.
So that's above Godwin,
Yep, it's 14.
but behind the guards. Then it goes to BL. Oh, I forgot to roll for Faye. Oh my god. I'm gonna roll Faye. I'm gonna roll all of those people. Those 3 are gonna go together. Because I'm not gonna roll 6 initiatives. And they actually go at the bottom of the list anyway, so it doesn't matter. They got a 2.
God.
Faye, Jumbo, and what did you name the sword dude, Sean?
Clock tower.
Clock Tower.
That's sick. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Top of the initiative. Nim. You've been planning this forever, and when you executed it, you managed to catch most of the slavers of the Iron Shepards out and about, gathering resources to reclaim the now sold house back to them, it seems. Yeah, you managed to corner them when most of them were out and about. Enough of them to sever their connection and make them restart yet again. What are you doing? You are here, by the way. You are this figure that I think used before. Unless I had a drow
It's-
before, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's level Nimmy now. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Be frightened. Be afraid. Oh, no, this was your
Insect
old...
plague immediately.
That was your character.
They're doing insect plague.
Insect plague. What is insect plague?
Pretty sure it's a 5th level spell. That is for clerics, because we did this earlier. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I just don't know what it does. I know it's a cleric spell.
Insect plague, uh, swarming, biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius
Pawns.
sphere sitting on a point you choose within range of 300 feet. The sphere spreads around corners. The sphere remains for the duration, and its area is lightly obscured. The sphere's area is difficult terrain. When the area appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. A creature also makes a saving throw whenever it enters the spell first on its first time, or whenever it ends its turn there, and it's up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to do this in the place that catches most of the guards that you can. Oh my god, the highest is a 21. Okay, so what's the DC?
I don't know Nimi's DC.
Is it above 16?
It's definitely above 16.
Then one person passes.
I think it's like a 17 or an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure 17. 18, yeah, 18.
Alright, so one of them passed. Go ahead and roll 4d10 for me.
Also, by the way, Trent, difficult terrain, lightly obscured, and yeah.
Yo, you should
then-
cast that so a rogue could hide in it. That would totally be worth it.
So 10, 5, so 15. 24. 27 damage.
27 damage to each of these people. You might have killed a good few of them, I can't remember.
And also, that one that saved takes half damage. He
What's
said
half
one
of
save.
27?
Uh,
13.
13, yep.
God dang.
Did they die?
That is a lot of them dead. Yeah, these
Oh.
two are gone. These aren't strong people. This is meant to be a slaughter. You've planned this out enough for it to be a slaughter. Yeah, every one of the veteran people, not one of the generals, are dead. Like a good portion of their squad is dead. There's two of them that are not dead, that are regular combatants and not like commanders of some sort.
Are two supposed to be alive in the sphere still?
Yeah, these two are still alive. These are
Okay.
too strong to kill with just one hit there.
Got it.
Why did I put this here?
I don't know. Who is that?
I don't know who that's supposed to be.
Just keep him there for now, I guess, until we find out.
Oh no, that's meant to be William. That's
Why am I
William's
there?
Texture. I don't know. I had a different texture for you for some
Who's
reason.
up on the roof then?
I don't know, man. No one's on
Keep
the
him,
roof.
keep him. Keep him. Well, okay. Never mind.
Why?
I was gonna say, just in case, like, maybe you forgot a person and you put him there instead.
No, that was
Okay.
just, I think, meant to be William for some reason. After Nim, because there's not really any more you want to do on your turn, is there?
I don't think she can do anything anymore.
It goes to William. I mean, they don't have bonus action spells, especially because they use their action. They can
Yeah, they don't have
move,
bonus
I
action
guess,
danger.
but they're not in
They'll
real
take
danger.
a opportunity attack though, so it makes sense.
No, they don't. They're not in melee with anyone.
Is that green? Who's that green? Oh, it's a robot.
Yeah,
Never mind.
that is Clock Tower.
That's her turn.
All right, Will.
Oh boy! How far am I from the nearest enemy?
The one that you can see that's the nearest to you is 85 foot for ranged attack, or 90 foot if you wanted to go a little bit for one of the bigger guys.
So I seen all of these boys, like my friends, show up and just do all this.
Yeah, you saw a basically perfect ambush that you just happened to fill the gap in.
I'm gonna run up 30 feet. Oh, wow, that's pretty far. Let me see what I can do. I think that's my movement, and I can't hexing them because they're too far away.
They're all within 60 foot.
I think it's I think it's 60 or 30 feet. Anyways, I'm gonna shoot the person that's right in front of Skins with
Alright.
Eldritch Blast, just to show him that I'm there, because I don't think he sees me.
He jumped all across all these rooftops. You know,
He
he's pretty
probably he probably wasn't
perception.
looking. He was
That's
probably
true.
looking at the enemies.
That's true.
That misses definitely. Actually, wait. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
22. Sorry, 22 hit.
Still, yes.
Okay. Wow. But I have a lot of 7 damage.
That's not too much. Not too much.
Oh, shoot the blast, and then wait, what went to the sphere?
You, it's there. It's not. It's one of that thing that this thing will keep doing for no reason.
I will shoot the Eldritch
Not what it
Blast, trying to
was.
make an appearance, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to use my free not wild magic, Misty Step towards that person.
So you teleport another 30 foot closer to him.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn? That's your action, movement, bonus action. So that's your turn.
Hello, old friend. And that's my sword's already out.
All right. Do they take damage at the start of their turn or the end of their turn if they're in this?
End of their turn because they already are in it.
Okay. I don't know if
Whatever,
I
difficult
think
terrain.
these guys are just difficult terrain. That's all of this guy's movement. No, that's 20. He can move 5 more feet. He's going to get melee with skins. This guy is. This guy is going to 5. That's 10. So let's just count. That's 10. 20. Okay, so that's 25. 30. Okay, 30 foot. He gets there. This guy's going to go and flank with him against Clock Tower. And this guy's going to go here. This guy's going to close the gap against Skins and is actually going to flank Skins. These two are going to take attacks against you with advantage. 21 to hit and 13 to hit. So I'm assuming that 21 hits.
Yeah.
7 damage.
Nice number.
15 and 19. Does 19 hit?
For me?
Yes.
Yes.
4 damage.
I got 21's my AC.
21 to hit. This guy takes 10 damage. So Clock Tower takes a hit. The other one... What's Clock Tower's AC? I forget. AC 21. So yeah, no. Actually, he heals 5 health because he got grazed. Not 4.
What?
He got grazed.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one's going to attack Nim. I'm assuming it's 7 misses. And that's all of the guards' turns. That's all they can do. Skins. You're now surrounded, but Jumbo's right behind you. And so is Faye.
And you see William show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skins as Skins is like pulled out the sword, taking the few hits he saw. He already noticed William jumping across the buildings. It was pretty obvious to see him again. He looks at the guards flanking at him, just staring them dead eye. His eyes seeming a bit blue instead of his normal orange color. He's going to bonus action cast a spell. As he casts a spell, he seems to be even faster than he was before, just slightly a bit faster. And he's going to attack the... I'm assuming there's a veteran in front of me, so I'm going to attack that one.
2 of them, really. But what spell are you casting? Zephyr Strike?
Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're hitting the most
Alright, so
wounded
14...
veteran,
Yeah, so 14 plus, give me a second, let me say my plus, because I don't use my swords that much.
yeah?
Plus 9.
Yeah, it hits.
23.
Okay, but I have advantage on it. Natural 20!
Alright. It's only a short sword.
Yeah, it's on my short sword, so I don't get the bonuses, but I do get sneak attack.
True, because you have advantage.
Yeah, so let me roll this bad boy. So that's 3d6 critted. 2. So
7.
okay, so 4. Okay. Yeah, okay.
9.
So 18 plus 5 damage.
23.
Oh wait, I I also do a D8 because of your strike.
23 plus
Uh,
so 24
God damn it.
damage.
Still standing.
24 damage. Oh, god damn it.
Not by much, but he's still standing.
Alright, and with the speed of a god, he's going to get out of flanking position and get right next to Jumbo. Is Jumbo next to me?
Jumbo's south, so you would take an opportunity attack against the guy you just hit.
Zephyr strike doesn't give me that. Doesn't
Alright,
allow
then
that.
are you trying to flank with Jumbo?
Yep, and I have a total of 65 movement.
You
So
use 5 foot
probably
of
get
it.
anywhere.
Woo-wee!
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn, Skins?
I believe so, because I used a bonus action and an action to attack, and I can't bonus act. I forgot I have extra attack! I'm a ranger, not a rogue!
Skins, stupid. I'm assuming you're going to try and finish off the guy over here.
Yeah, dude, it's been a bit, okay? You gotta give me some credit. I don't get advances this time, sadly. 6 plus 9?
15.
To hit?
Yeah, yeah.
15 misses.
Oh. Okay, well, that's fine.
Alright. Godwin, what are you doing?
Hey, where are the bitches?
They're all over here. There's 3 guys over here. 2 of them are fairly weak, and one of them is a commander style dude, and 2 commander looking dudes down here.
Okay, on the fellas to the left, are there any friendlies in the way?
Yeah. There is Clock Tower and Nim.
Oh no.
Shit.
On the right,
Don't-
there is Jumbo, Skins, and Faye.
Don't do it, Eden.
Firebolt.
Don't attack Nimi right now, bro. Wait until later.
Yeah, Nimmy will definitely, totally survive and win 100%.
Yeah.
In this state, no, but if he becomes the champion part, then we're screwed.
Okay. I am going to.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I hate spell descriptions, bro.
They should make
Okay.
it.
How close am I to the nearest enemy?
The nearest one. You can probably see this guy. So that's 75 foot. That's the closest enemy you can see is 75 foot.
Okay, can you move me 30 feet closer to them? Doesn't matter which way.
All right, you move 30 foot closer. The closest enemy is 40 foot, and you can also see a guy to your right, which is 65 foot away.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Melf's Minute Meteors. And I'm going to use my bonus action to send one of the meteors over at that fella right there that your mouse is pointing at. I think that's an enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot him in the side of the face with the meteor.
What kind of save does he make, or is it an attack roll?
It's a dex save. Thank God.
10 to save, he fails.
Yep, bitch. Alright, wait, is that a friendly right next to him?
Yeah, there's Nim right here.
Okay, okay, make Nim and that other dude make a save too.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Why does she have stats? Why? What? How did that roll? How did that roll? I don't have a stat to roll with. How is it rolling? I don't know.
Eden, you should not be doing this, bro.
But 19 to save on the other guard, and Nim needs to roll a saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and add your dex save part. 12.
12 fails, I'm assuming. Does a 19
Yeah.
pass?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so one of them pass, one of them fail. Nimi also fails.
Bitch. Okay, so they take 3 fire damage.
Oh,
Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not much, but the thing is that every turn after this, I can cast that as a bonus action, so I get 2d6 on top of everything else.
Okay. So, Nim, you
I
take
have
3 fire
I have
damage.
5 left.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, like, the way that Godwin does this spell is that, like, he holds his hands around his mouth in like a cone, and his mouth like kind of the stitches fall out, and his mouth splits open, and like he spits out like 6 globs of molten fire, and they begin to like rotate around his head, and he just takes his finger and points it like pokes one of them, and it like sticks to his finger, and he just swings it and throws it from his finger onto one of the fellows over there.
All right. Or anything else in your turn, Godwin?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. Bill's going to go werebear, and is going to run 80 foot, and that's his turn because he dashed. Faye, Jumbo, and Clock Tower. Clock Tower, being surrounded, doesn't like being surrounded, and is going to stab the guy in front of him. 13 to hit misses, sadly. But 28 to hit hits and does 6 damage to this guy. Oh, wait, that's a natural 20. Because it has to be. So, 12 damage to this guy, which kills him. As he has his shield pushed forward, but as soon as he gets surrounded, his arm, like, bends unnaturally behind him to offer more protection to his backside, while his lance seemingly, like, grows with magical energy, and it forms, like, on the tip of it, a small bluish blade. And instead of stabbing like a normal lance, it seems almost like it's too long for a normal stab. So this magical blue tip just waves around frantically as he is more or less hoping to jab the man, and manages to carve right through his shield and stab him in the neck with the magical blade of this thing. More or less keeping his shoulder back to try and keep it as short as possible. He then turns and faces the other enemy, just seemingly emotionless about the kill. Wrong way. Why? That's not how... Okay, there you go. After that, it goes to... Well, it's still Faye and Jumbo. Jumbo is going to get advantage and is going to attack twice. 17 to hit, 13 to hit, but they have advantage, so that first attack misses. Second attack hits, and this guy takes 11 damage. He's going to make a stunning strike. Guy fails and is stunned. He is then going to Flurry of Blows bonus action and attack 2 more times with advantage.
Doesn't it wake up the stunned person?
What do you mean?
I thought if you attack someone, it wakes up the stun.
Nope.
Oh.
That's one of the big bonuses about being a monk, is that you can just keep punching him. Actually, he automatically crits because he's paralyzed, I think, when he's stunned. But I'm not sure on that, so I'm not going to rule it as that yet.
Look it up before you do this.
Yeah, true. I'll just look it up real quick.
yeah, this won't take too long.
Does... God dang, why is my computer... Okay. Okay, so no, it's not paralyzed, I don't think. But that's Jumbo's turn as he takes the 4 attacks or whatever. I can't remember if I put 6.
You didn't
Okay,
attack.
yeah, I already put the damage in. Faye, however,
Okay.
is going to run up here, and she is going to... Her like, spiked gauntlets with that purplish star-like energy elongate even more and begin to glow intensely. And she is going to modify her attack to a +2 attack. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10. So plus 10 to hit on this. And she's going to make 2 weapon attacks. 19 grazes, 24 hits. So this guy immediately dies as her psychic energy cuts directly through his armor with like butter. Her attacks furious and seemingly extremely powerful, made of powerful psychic energy that has no quarrels about armor. Nim, back to you. There's only like 3 enemies left. One of them is right in front of you with Biel flanking, and the others being taken care of for the most part by Clock Tower. Willis O. It is your turn below.
Willis.
Willis O.
Bestow curse.
Man, why you gotta pick such weird spells? I don't even know what this is. Can't you like inflict wounds or something, man? Come on, be normal. Why did my inspect elements open?
Bestow curse.
Curse.
Bestow curse. Such a creature must make a wisdom saving throw or become cursed for the duration. When you cast a spell, choose the nature of the curse from the following options. Choose one ability score. While cursed, the target has disadvantage on ability attack rolls against you. While cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. Yeah, no. If it fails, it just does nothing. While target's cursed, your attacks and spells do an extra D8 of necrotic damage. A removed curse spell ends this effect. As a DM's option, you may choose an alternative curse effect, but it should be no more
they
than
do the extra
powerful than
D8.
distract. So D8 every time they attack?
Yeah. That's your
Okay.
action.
That takes down the sphere, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
yeah,
concentration.
it's not really going to be of consequence anyway anymore. Everybody already left the area. But yeah, that's your action completed. Any bonus action or movement? Remember, you can't cast a leveled spell. Leveled spells can't double up. Okay, so that's your turn. Willem. Willem.
Hollow's the guy over there that's stunned.
I don't even know where you are.
Bro. Dude, I
Where'd you
can see him
go?
right now. Okay, go a couple squares to the right. Okay, you went too far. Go back to the left.
Oh, right here. You blended in so well. Okay,
Hollow
so
is the guy that's with skins.
pretty hurt. I would say bloodied with 23 HP because you can see that on your screen right now.
I didn't look at that. Okay. I might need to help Willis and them over there.
Willis
I
sent him
will-
over here. This guy, he's going to die in like another hit. This guy, he's also about equally bloodied as to.
So it doesn't matter who I attack.
Not really.
Then, 5. How close can I get to the guy with skins? I'm just trying to check. Don't move me there.
To get melee, it would take 35 foot of movement. For a ranged attack, it'd take 40.
Oh man, only if I had that big long sword that can go further. I can make that. Yeah, that guy's gonna die. I'll just help get him finished. I won't move. I will shoot. Guess what? Guess what my thing's gonna. I'm gonna do. I'll just blast.
Wow! You're a warlock, a good one. Wow.
That misses. 15 misses.
Yeah, miss.
That's cocked. Dirty 20.
Hit.
Well, say miss.
Yeah.
14 damage.
14 demo. He's still up.
I don't care. 14 damage.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there's no point moving anywhere.
Alright, that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't have anything else to do.
On the guard's turn, I'm gonna roll a save. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save. for them. And if they each person fails, I'm gonna make it a DC 15. They're gonna just give up. All right, this one rolled a natural 1. He surrenders and falls to the ground prone. Even though he was stunned, he manages to like topple his toes over so that he falls to the ground. This one fails, and this one manages to succeed like the fool he is. So he is so brave. He's just going to stab Clock Tower. He's going to bring at least one of you down with him. He's going to make 2 attacks.
He's not gonna be able to.
Actually, both of those hit. One doing 5 damage and the other doing 5 damage. So 10 damage in total. Clock Tower takes it, but doesn't seem to be that perturbed by the amount of damage he's taken. That's all the guards are going to do. Skins, you are standing over a now surrendering, seemingly bloodied and helpless guard.
Skins just stares at him for a second. He looks back at the other. He looks back at the others fighting, seeing William and his crew. He then looks down at the guard. So he doesn't really have to crouch down. So he just grabs the arm of the slaver, pulls up his sleeve to show the crest. He points his sword at it, and then just jabs it straight into his wrist and just starts slicing up his arm like it's a freaking slice of bread.
So you chop into his arm several intense times. He cries out in pain. Doesn't seem to have the strength to resist it. Are you going to kill him?
Yep.
All right. You have advantage on the strike. Just try and do 9 damage.
I think I could do more than that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Just try and do 9 damage. So
You
don't
missed
finish him.
cutting his arm open.
14. I want to see if I get an extra 20. Oh.
I mean, you have sneak
19.
attack and garbage. 19 hits.
Yeah.
Grazes, actually.
Yeah. 19 plus 9.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
6 plus 5. I think I do. I think I kill him.
11.
You chop his arm to bits. He doesn't have the strength to fight back. And he is killed mercilessly. That's your attack. One of your attacks. Are you going to move and do anything else?
How far is the nearest person from?
The nearest one is a prone guy, also surrendering, with 60-foot reach. The other one is 70-foot reach, but also isn't prone.
So there would be like a 5-foot gap between me and the dude if I bonus action dash there.
If you have a 55-foot movement, you would be able to reach it.
So I only have a 35.
Oh, well, 35, you would have a, I think 15-foot gap.
But what if I bonus action dash?
Then you could get melee.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright.
You see skins just running over after he just mercilessly slaughtered someone. He's going to just jump at the guy. Am I flanking? I just want to make sure.
You can't really flank. They're taking the only positions to flank with each other. But he's prone, so you have advantage.
Oh, no, I was talking about the one that was standing up.
Oh, you wanted to run to him?
Yeah.
Let me redo that math. 30 foot, that's 70 foot of movement. You can still get melee, but no, you can't flank. You don't have the movement for it.
Even with 65?
Yeah, you
Actually,
can move 60 foot, but you can't move 6. Like, I moved you 70 foot of movement. You can't.
Okay, give me a second.
You're like 5 foot.
I'm just making yeah, okay, so I can't slice him to flank, at least, but I can slice him, so that's what I'm going to do.
Straight rolls, but yes.
Yep, and I mean, there's an enemy, there's a guy there's a friendly next to him, so...
Willow, you have such, like, weird, perverted senses of, like, honor. You're like, no, we can't raise the dead. I must fight back against these murderers. Poor dude,
18.
Kill him, smiley face. 18 misses.
Skins tries to jump on him, but the guy, who surprisingly stalwart in his ability to not die in fear, kind of just like shrugs skins off as his blade misses his neck. Skins just stares at him, and that's my turn.
Alright. After Skins, it goes to Godwin. What are you doing, Godwin?
What the hell are you guys doing?
Guy that wouldn't surrender.
Do what?
Where's the guy that didn't surrender?
right here next to Clock Tower and Skins. For you, he would be, if you wanted to shoot him, 55 foot away.
Can I lightning bolt him from here?
You might hurt your friends in the process.
I don't think Eden cares.
I don't think it matters either, in my opinion. No, you actually can curve the line enough where it doesn't kill your friends.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so you strike lightning bolt right through the squares where your friends aren't. What is going on with this like fucking area of effects, bro? It's so weird. But yeah, you managed to strike him. Dex
Wait,
save.
how damaged does this guy look?
Half
Can I
HP.
tell? Half HP. Okay.
With a 14 to save, he fails and likely will be excruciatingly cooked by lightning.
Eviscerated.
Okay. 1 second. That's 9. Yeah, there we go. Almost forgot to turn my camera on. Alright, what is that? That's a 4, 9, 14, 15, 16, 21,
22.
22,
24.
24,
26.
26 damage.
That was so garbage, but you're lucky he failed and he only had 20 HP left, so you eviscerate him with lightning. He gets knocked and thrown to the ground, and like his limbs tear themselves from his joints as he falls down a burning husk. Yeah, that was unlucky. It wasn't the most powerful spell you've ever thrown, but it was enough.
And who else is alive?
Just this one guy who's groveling for forgiveness. It's Biel's turn, and unless do you have a bonus action or whatever you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna send one of my other meteors towards him, and this time I'm going to hit a space. Well, no, there's no way I can do that without hitting everybody else.
Yeah, if you hit him with the meteor, you're gonna hit everybody. But
I mean,
you understand your friends are likely tough enough. This guy probably isn't tough enough.
I was gonna do something. I was gonna try and keep this one alive. He's the only one alive. Probably almost dead.
Okay, I'm chill with that. Yeah,
Okay.
then
Alright.
I'm gonna like
Okay.
just chill out. I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
So-
Your party reconglomerates, and the man crawls and begs for his life pathetically before you guys. You almost put him out of his misery with a swarm of meteors, but Skins manages to shout and warn to not do that. Yet, at least. And the man like curls up against the wall as your group surrounds him. And he's just kind of like laying there expecting death.
Skins kind of like crouches down a little bit, causing him to be a bit shorter than the guy once more. He kind of just stares at him. He pulls down his hood, revealing his long orange hair with the white streak in it. His eyes a bit blue at the moment, but slowly turn back into their orangish hue. But since it's kind of dark out, there's a bit mixture of red and orange. Skins just looks at him. You know, there was a time I would maybe have done something different. I wouldn't have killed your friends like that. But see, I'm tired of you, of your kind. So, here's what I'm gonna do. You give me some information on anywhere where your hideouts are. And then, maybe, perhaps, I'll let you live.
Anything. What hideouts do you want? There's one in Port soon, or going to be soon. If they continue on the road after hearing about this, there's one in the gate. There's the Wyung gates. You go into the mountains. There's a hidden thing. It was attacked, but it's still there. We managed to fend off the people who were there before. I wasn't there in that one, but there's one in the mountains. Not too far from here. Anything, please. Anything.
So Port Zune and Wyum Gates.
Soon.
Thank you.
Port Zune isn't here yet. It's soon to come. You
Duly
need someone
noted.
to spread the word. You need
And-
someone to please. I'll spread the word. They should stop what they're doing. I will go back. I will tell them to not.
I think they know I'm coming. And then Skins is going to stab him right in the chest, staring at him as he's slowly dying.
He shouts out one last weak no, but slumps over. Your short sword digging through his armor with ease.
Skins slowly pulls out his sword, looks at the blood. He swings his sword to the right of him, causing the blood to splatter a little bit. He then puts it back on. He then looks up at William, who's next to him.
You see William give like a shocked, like, upset face whenever you did that. You didn't have to kill him. Why?
Slavers don't get my mercy no more, William. But then, as Skins says that, he had a cold expression at one point, but then it slowly starts to soften. He then just goes over to William and gives him a big hug.
William will give the biggest bear hug back.
I thought Rias had killed you guys.
I thought you just died right somewhere. How's it been? What have you been doing?
It's been rough. I can't lie. I did kind of enjoy the break I had away from you, but at the same time, I kind of missed your shenanigans a little bit. But anyway, we should probably get out of here before anyone comes looking. We did make quite a ruckus.
I'll give like a glance to Mimi, and I'll give like a glance to like Godwin. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Skins, being perceptive as he is, looks at Godwin, looks at BL, and looks back at William. Skins kind of like just looks at William Stern, shakes his head.
Don't worry about it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Alright,
We're gonna head to the very tavern. Worried being around them.
Yeah, and we're gonna head to the tavern.
All right. You note that Biel and Faye begin a quick conversation. As far as she understood, her brother was dead, and she was getting like psychic images from the grave, or whatever. So they have a conversation about what has happened since. And as your party traverses toward the tavern, your battle is over, and you have once again, easily this time, as Skins did most of the work, cleared Nicodranus of any wrongdoers, specifically of the slaver kind. You take the eyes? Oh.
She kept yelling to take the eyes, and we never acknowledged it because we were like
I was on the battle map. Okay, you're carving out the slaver's eyes. Very strange sense of justice there, Nim. But okay.
It's our calling sign.
Sure it is.
Oh god, maybe why?
But yeah, you guys find your way over to the tavern. I believe it is the Wild Boar's Brew, if I have the correct city. Finding your way inside. Some of you are tired of sea travel. Others are tired of the consistent search for threats in the slaver community. And all of you are welcomed easily in with the barkeep ready to serve you in this late night where most tavern goers are asleep already.
Skins is going to look at the barkeep, seeing a familiar face. He's been in Nicodranus for about maybe a month now. So he's been around doing things like he.
This is the Sailor's Respite, by the way, not the Wild Boar's Brew.
Sailor's Respite.
Yeah,
okay.
I got the wrong one.
That's a different time. All right, that's fine. Okay, so Skins is going to just wave a nod at him. He's going to go over sit by a booth. That's big enough for this band of party members. I think some might have to bring a small table.
Yeah. You guys scoot half of the chairs of the tavern over.
Skins is gonna look at William, Biel, and Godwin. He kind of like glances at for a second. Taking a second look. I remember you. You're the guy we saw at the prison. Uh, I didn't expect you to stay with them.
Aye. That's just how things worked out. I couldn't have made it out of Regis's compound without them. So I figured I owed them a measure of a debt.
Well, at least they were doing at least some good things. But I do have to say something. Nimi found me a few months ago, I think, if I can recall. And she told me what you guys did. Skins kind of like looks at Biel, kind of looks a bit disappointed. He looks really disappointed at Biel, and then looks at William, and then looks at Godwin. William, I know your shenanigans, but please tell me that you haven't been doing that over and over again. You, he points at Godwin. I don't really know you, so I can't put any leeway to your side.
That was a horrible thing we did. Yeah. And you see, like William, like trying to like you see him he cannot like say words correctly. He's like trying to like say stuff. You can see his like knees like shaking up and down. Yeah, we've not been. We met the Mighty Nine, the full team, mostly. They showed us a better path.
Well, I'm grateful for this mighty nine, whoever they are. I hope that now you won't be as reckless as you were before. And before we go any further and reminisce of what has been happening the past few months, I would like to get acquainted to, I'm assuming, our new friend. Skins is gonna look at Godwin. He kind of has to stand on his legs a little bit and lean over the table to try and shake Godwin's hand. I'm Skinslot. You can just call me Skins if you'd like.
Godwin stands up and reaches forward and grabs her hand firmly, and his handshake is a lot stronger than you would think it to be, seeing as has his stature and his he's a wizard now. Godwin, just Godwin.
Right, Godwin. Okay. Skins then sits back down, looks at everyone. He kind of just he takes a moment to just see everyone at the table.
You wanna know one thing though? Oh, sorry.
What? No, go on.
Go ahead.
Go on.
I was saying, you wanna know one thing though, Skins?
What?
I'm not the nameless anymore.
Oh.
We're the
Really?
faded few.
Faded few. Skins kind of looks like Faye, Jumbo, Clock Tower, and the little Robo Dog, which Skins has refused to
And
introduce.
pushing into the tavern not too long, during this conversation, yet another figure, taller, lankier, and very pale, pushes in and sits beside Godwin. Just goes, "What are we talking about?" And Arctic, which you guys just forgot, and I entirely forgot was supposed to be here, also comes in. So there's another person added to your troop as well that I forgot was supposed to be there.
Can I get a remind of who Arctic was?
He is the hollowed one you guys found in Blyshore
Yeah,
and have drugged
Skins doesn't
everywhere
know about
since.
that.
But
Skins
now
doesn't
he
know
was
about
healed.
that.
He was healed by Jester, remember? So his eyes and vocal cords now work. So he just kind of jumps in the conversation.
Oh, I thought Kotaro was the one who owned the little.
No, that's me, bro.
Skins kind of looks at him, is a bit confused that he's so happily. Who are you?
My pet.
Yeah, that's his pet. I forgot about him.
Yeah, he refers to me as that all the time. I just kind of assume that's how it is now. I'm old, as far as I understand, very old. So that's just the way of things, I guess.
Oh,
Skins, you know how you left? I guess you escaped. Yeah, we were sent to a red place full of acid.
That's where they found
Hurt.
me, I think.
Yeah, and that's where we found him. He couldn't see, talk, or do anything. Uh, but the 99 fixed him up.
Yes.
oh,
I looked
okay. Well,
after
I
him
mean,
and nursed him back to health, like a good daddy.
You sure are,
He like
Daddy.
winces at every remark. He's starting like to wince now that he can actually understand and hear. But like he doesn't understand this is necessarily wrong in this time anymore. So he's just going
so
along with it.
he's kind of just cringing a little bit. I imagine him cringing a little bit at it.
Pretty much. Because in his time, that's not how he was treated. But now, this might just be how things are.
William winks at Skins as Godwin's daddy. What can I say?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna judge. You guys can do whatever you guys do. But hi, wait, did he say his name? I don't remember.
Arctic.
Okay, I know what his name was. I just didn't know if he said it.
Oh, yeah, he said it.
Okay. Well, Arctic, I am Skins a lot. Nice to meet you.
I talked about you a lot. I know more about you than I'm sure you would ever even learn about me, considering all they've been doing is following them so far.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen these. And Skins kind of like goes back into a softened look. He had like a small smile as he did miss like all the shenanigans that just happened randomly, but he kind of his smile softens up to more of a slight frown. I really missed you guys. He looks at William and Biel.
Same here. Also, no bow. You're down to melee. Is that a new
Oh,
change for you, or is that just for now?
um, I forgot to mention this, but because I didn't have time to really describe Skins all that too much. You do see bow, this time wooden, but you can definitely see some magical properties on it. He has it carved. He has a thing carved on it like he normally does for any type of bow he has. But this time instead of a number or karma, it says redemption.
Right. Well. What have you been doing?
Uh,
We've, lost connection.
really making amends with my people a little bit, as I did send a small group of my goblins, and I've been trying to find them. I think one died, so I had to tell his family that. There's two others I'm trying to look for, but I don't know where they could be. And quite honestly, I've been hunting down outposts of the Iron Shepherds. Mainly out of spite and the fact that I thought you were dead. And all the times that Rias has fucked with. I've just been hunting them down, making amends with the people that we've hurt or almost hurt. It took some time trying to find Zeal, but we talked to her at some point, and I tried talking to Alas, but I'm not sure where he is at the moment. But I'm just trying to find leads of where any outpost is. Rias has hurt us so much, and I want to see his empire crumble before his eyes. William, you may have saw that I have changed slightly. Normally I would just let that man go, but anyone who bears the mark of an Iron Shepherd is irredeemable.
I did forget about Rias. Did Godwin ever tell us that he saw like he's scryed on skins and we saw Rias watching him too?
Nope, I have not told anybody.
Okay, got it. Uh, and I do agree with you that we do. I don't like killing that many things, but he is definitely an exception. I don't care who
You
kills
don't like
him
killing many things.
if it's needed, but I don't
I
know.
see. I see this mighty nine definitely affected you, which I'm glad for. I'm glad that you are finally seeing that your reckless actions do have a lot of consequences.
I pull out the ruby heart. I did kill a little thing all by myself, and if I shove it into someone's heart, where their chest area is, I forgot what it does, but it gives you some cool properties. I think it lets you live longer.
Could you put that away? That's kind of disturbing me.
I kind of want to
I
put it
mean,
either in
shiny.
mine. I kind of want to put it either in mine or Godwin's chest because our holes are open. But I have not really gotten to that point of doing it yet. So
How about we don't put other people's hearts in our chest? Okay, William, we just came back. You just came back, and you're already doing stupid shit.
yeah.
I guess
Oh,
that's something that hasn't changed.
don't worry about it, Nimi. Also, I have to say I'm sorry for what I've done to both of you, not just Nimi. I'm sorry to you and Nimi and Skins. I did some pretty bad things before. I'm trying to change. I'm not that different yet. I've still done some pretty bad stuff here lately, but I'm trying to be better. I yeah, I don't want to have serious consequences like before. And I was given advice to maybe look in more with my father. And he looks over to Nimi. By the way, how's your god, your moon god? How are they? You see his like green eyes turn a little bit red, and then goes back to green. How's your moon fella? That's good. Look good. Anyways,
Right. So I'm glad that you at least apologized for it. Uh, but I don't know if. Look, William. Like I did before, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep an eye on you, Biel, and Godwin, just in case you guys don't try and do anything towards Nemi.
I understand. I will not do anything. I don't know about the others. I will not.
BL just shrugs.
Yeah, BL doesn't really care. I don't think
Exactly.
he gives. I don't think BL cares a single bit about anything right now. He was a
He's just
king for a
happy he's
little
got his
bit.
sister back.
He was
He
a
got
king
his
for a
sister
little bit.
back. I mean, he's happy for that. That's all
Yeah.
he cares about right now.
BL was a king for a little bit. So for 2 days,
Oh, well,
and
that
then yeah.
that's certainly an interesting story.
That's why I
But
got the shield.
yeah,
Like
I noticed. But before William, we have a lot more times to catch up. But I do have to also apologize to someone here. Skins then looks at Godwin. Uh, he then crosses his arms. Uh, Godwin, was it? I'd like to apologize for how I acted when we first met. It was a bad time, you know. Not not every day's a good day when you're getting enslaved by your arch nemesis at this point.
You'll find that I understand more than you know. I had been enslaved by him longer than I'd like to admit. And if I were in your situation, with the ability to get out, I can't say I would have done different.
Well, I'm glad that we got that out of the way. Uh, I hope that maybe you plan on staying with us, as we're always looking for new people to help. Maybe you'll get acquainted with everyone else here. I guess we didn't really come up with a name while you guys were gone. But we did kind of like leave some damage to Reese's empire. So you guys have decided on the fated few.
Biel's that was Biel's choice, Whenever he was king, he I guess declared us the fated few.
I see. Well, I don't have any objections to that. Skins then looks at Jumbo, Clock Tower, and Faye. See if their approval on it.
They don't seem to. Faye doesn't even seem to be paying attention to the conversation, talking to BL and Jumbo. Clock Tower just kind of looks at you guys and then nods, but doesn't say anything.
Oh,
Skins then just kind of like blinks. Oh, I was too busy thinking about you guys. I forgot to introduce you. So, you remember Jumbo, William? Biel, I'm sure you do, but Biel, he notices Biel isn't conversating anymore. He then looks over at Godwin. Jumbo is a Aorian robot that William managed to repair, and I think with the help of Nimi too.
yep.
Ayor. That sounds familiar.
If you don't know, Aor is a destroyed city in Islecross, the big island up north. Yeah, we tried to.
Isocross. Yes, that rings a bell. But please, go on with your story.
Right. But yeah, we found him there. He brought this guy with him. He was once a backpack. No offense.
Just
But
shrugs.
this is Clock Tower. Since William or anyone else wasn't here to name him, I decided to take liberty and name him myself. And Nimi is saying something. Okay, it's the place we almost got fucked over by lightning.
lightning and robots and puzzles.
Not
Yeah.
wrong.
As Skins introduces Clock Tower, he holds up his shield and puts his lance in front of it, and you now note engravings along the shield's edge, obviously magical, likely to keep it attached to his arm. And he begins to slowly move the lance in a sharp motion, but very small movements. And each time he does so, it makes a small click noise, as if he's mimicking a clock. He's also massive. He's sitting in a chair and he's 7 foot tall. He's almost as big as BL, or if not as big as BL in bear form.
Skins then points at the little dog robot, and I decided to name that one Click Clack, or Clicky if you want. He doesn't really do much. He's a good smeller though, with whatever sensors he does have. So I mean, there's that going on for us.
It acts more or less like a normal dog. Except it's not a normal dog. It's like a small ball contraption that just kind of rolls and seemingly has limbs and appendages that can pop out of anywhere to do whatever it's going to do. And very similar to the way Clock Tower demonstrated, where he could easily get his name. He is rolling around every time there's a scrap of food on the floor. He picks it up and holds it in front of a little glass eye. And every time he stops, to stop himself from his rolling momentum, he slams down two appendages in that direction, making a familiar noise that he is named after.
And yeah, these are the two new guys now. Even though you've already seen them before, but they have names now and they're functioning.
You see really like tear like I miss Jumbo so much. He like goes to give him a hug.
Jumbo, not paying attention to the conversation, is like shocked by you hugging him. He just goes, "Yes, did you need something?"
Oh fuck! He's gonna give him like a long big bear hug. Oh my god!
Oh, your
Uh,
mic is speaking so bad.
why are you hugging me?
That's funny.
Okay, he like puts his hand over to like Faye and Biel, to tell them that he's going to stop conversating with them for a second. I guess I missed you too as well, Biel, or not Biel, William. Sorry. And you can hear that his voice is like, it's not purposely deep. It's more like his sensor has like rocks in it, and it's like a broken kind of, not sensor, but his like vocal box, whatever it is that powers the vocalizations, is gravelly and broken, like it's not fully functional. And his ear, one side of his head is like empty. It has like a socket in it because he doesn't have two ears. He only has one. But the other side of his head is like the normal automaton, really old technology. And there's one that's like a jarring piece of obviously far newer technology, therefore far less advanced. It's like the difference between a very, very basic functioning robot and a high functioning, like militarized robot, more or less. His ear likely hears very crude sounds and not like a normal person. But he can now speak and hear, which is an upgrade from what he used to be able to do.
Who fixed your talking? Who fixed that?
My talking's always been functional. It's just we haven't talked because I couldn't hear you and or understand you. Now I can hear because the wizard that you were hired by in Aor, apparently you put in an order for an ear and never picked it up. So when me and Skins and Faye ended up meeting back in Rexingtrum, he helped me out and just gave it to me instead.
I do say we do not go back to Aor for a bit. For a couple reasons. And like looks over to Skins, he's like, yeah. Anyways, man, I've missed you a lot. I yeah, it's been a bit, huh? He's talking to Jumbo.
It has been a good portion of time, yes, several months at least.
Yeah. Ah, the gang's all back, boys. Go.
I do have one query. Why did you call us the Fated Few? There are far more than a few members here.
Well, you see, it was just kind of me, BL, and Godwin for a bit. So we said Faded Few was cool because, it was only us three. Because everybody else was, we thought either dead or gone.
How
It still
exactly
works.
are we fated, by the way?
I don't really, I didn't really think much of it. It was kind of BL's thing. If he has a reason for it, I don't know if he does. Maybe because we know it was fate to all come together, and we were fated to meet up again. And also, we all have a lot of deities. Most of us worship something.
Well,
Maybe that's why.
well, I mean,
You got cut out so hard, what'd you say?
What?
I said, oh, and also don't forget to add that we fought a dragon and won.
Uh, actually, we fought two dragons in one, huh? But you weren't there.
you fought another one?
Yeah. So I had an old friend ever since childhood that was a adult red dragon. He betrayed us, so we fought. He ran away. I almost killed him, but I let him leave.
Okay, that's a lot to take in.
Also, this shield's made of dragon scales. But don't worry about that part.
Now you look
Alright,
at the
maybe.
shield, you get a weird sense of warmth. Like, the shield's almost providing a strange heat to it. And you almost subconsciously begin to smile slightly. Just looking at the shield for a second.
Who?
You.
Oh. Hmm. Uh,
Right, maybe. Maybe not show that around any dragon. Uh, like a certain someone that's at the Wyum gates. If
mhm.
he's there still.
Uh, yeah. Um, you seem like kind of just smile at it for a minute. This is just a better shield, you know. It gives me a plus to my armor. I'm easily more defendable. You see him in like a lot of armor, by the way. He's like wearing a lot of stuff, and does have one unique property. Uh, so you know how like I was married once.
Yeah.
This thing kind of wants to. This thing likes me.
William, how do you get yourself in these situations?
I I get hit a lot. I take a lot of damage. You know, I have a lot of scars. You know, it was kind of worth it.
I don't know, it looks to me that you seem to be a lot, sturdier than last time I saw you.
Yeah, I found my armor again. I rebought it. You know, the scale stuff that protected me a lot until Reese took it. Yeah, screwed
Oh.
up. And then I got the shield.
I've been meaning to buy more of that, but I just can't seem to find it. Hoping that maybe sooner or later I can get that back. That's also another reason why I've been looking out for leads, to maybe hopefully find some of our lost stuff again. As you can see, I got my bracers back that I bought only recently. And as you can kind of see here, he kind of pulls over the cloak over again, kind of making him blend in slightly. Uh, However, I still don't have my bow, but this one's been more than sufficient. And I did find this little guy as he pulls out one of his short swords that he had. He kind of like he doesn't really seem to have much going on for it. It just seems like a normal short sword. Skin's kind of like places down. It may not look like much, but in a weird sense, once I'm connected to the sword, I can sense danger in a strange sense. But you know, it's magic, so it's not really much explanation to that.
Hmm. Yeah, I hope you get your bow back. That thing looks really cool. The old bow, you know, your metal one.
Yeah, the metal one was nice. Uh, and I really want to get it back because I mean, I did spend a lot of money on it, but who knows what might happen? I might get a new one that's probably even better. But for now, Skins pulls out the bow behind him, with the same size as most bows. Godwin, you now get to see the a bow that's twice the size of Skins uh, be pulled out from his back and then placed on the table. As you could probably already tell, I call this one Redemption for uh, obvious reasons.
Seems like we all had some redemption in the past few months. Speaking of past few months, BL really wants to be like me, huh? Look at him. He got his arm cut off and now it's weird and magical.
I did notice the purpleness when I was on the rooftops earlier.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that?
So, you know, whenever we got teleported to the red place full of acid and horrible and no. Yeah, Godwin had to choose to cut off someone's arm.
Oh,
It was Rias. Rias gave us our stuff back and then, like, forced Godwin to cut off someone's arm. He chose BL.
right. Okay. Uh, well, I mean, at least he seems like he got his hand back. Oh, go on.
Nothing.
Huh?
We didn't hear you.
I think he says I'm out of game.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I think he was
No,
talking to
can you guys
someone.
not hear me?
No, you cut
You were
off.
muted for a second.
1 second. Let me restart my Discord.
Okay.
I thought he just went stop, and then that's it. That's what I heard.
Oh,
Yeah. He also has a cool little feature that he can do now.
Hello?
great.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you now.
Okay. Uh, yes, I did not have a very popular start here.
Right. Well, I hope you guys made amends, and Biel is an ally for us, but I don't hold you against it, considering it was a Rias situation.
And so I've been talking about Aor for a bit.
Uh, yeah.
Um, yeah, BL every so often can like send a nuclear strike from there to wherever he's at. Mm.
Oh, and Rias gave that back to him, or did he find that?
Yeah,
It's
you know
gonna
that
kind of look
sword.
silver.
You know that sword we found at Aor that was like it looked like it was shattered, but then he can make it summon to a sword. Yeah, it had a hidden property, I guess,
Oh
that
my
it
god.
can do that.
Right. Okay. Uh. Well, let's hope that that doesn't get into the wrong hands.
Oh, we have a golden PP too.
Yes.
That's
I
where we
don't.
found his arm. His new arm was because of the golden PP.
Uh. I don't want to hear that. Okay.
It's a really nice
Skin's kind of.
souvenir.
Skin starts like rubbing his head a bit as the exhaustions finally settle in, as he's been up like pretty much constantly trying to figure out this plan of his, and it's worked, but he didn't expect everyone to come back today. Uh, let's just let's call it a night, huh? We can catch up more in the morning.
All right. Sure. Man, do I feel that like certain feeling of fighting again?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Okay.
Skin's thing kind of like gets up. He kind of has to like go under the table to try to get out because he kind of centered himself in the middle of everyone. Uh, he then looks over at Godwin. Godwin. Uh, tomorrow. I'm hoping that maybe you can show me what you can do, and I hope we can get acquainted more.
I've heard a great deal about you, Skins. Don't disappoint.
I try not to. And Skins is going to start walking up the stairs. Going before he does that, actually, he's going to go to the tavern, and put down a some gold worth of a night stay because he doesn't got no silver.
All right, you pay his gold. You just paying for your room, or you paying for everybody's?
I think for this occasion, Skins is going to pay for everyone. So how much gold is it?
With a group this large, let's say 2 people to a room. What is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 8 of you, so that's 4 rooms, 4 silver a room. Let's just say 3 gold. I'm not gonna do any more
Okay.
math than that. So you lay down 3 gold. Tavern keeper just takes it and nods as you head upstairs.
And Skins is going to well, whoever wants to share a bed with him, I guess, or bedroom with him.
I will.
All right.
All right. So anything else you guys are doing, or is your party just going to rest?
I guess rest.
All right.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Your party all gathers up and heads to rest. Biel and Faye take a small detour, along with Jumbo, and not too long later, you hear what looks or sounds like metal clanking outside your window. For a second, it startles you, but when you go and look, you note that it is Faye, Jumbo, and BL all battling it out and testing each other. Faye obviously launching psychic attacks alongside her psychic blades. Jumbo focusing on using his metal hands best as possible. And BL just, being BL with his common fighting tactics of mind magic mixed with sword work. The night is, for the most part, undisturbed. Other than, as you go to rest, William, when you're about to go to sleep, like about to pass out, on the verge of unconsciousness, you just hear, "You did good today, darling. Keep up the good work."
Was that for my shield?
Yes. Yes, it was. And that's it. You guys go to bed.
I'm about to call Damien's shield mommy, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her mommy from now on. I'm gonna name that shield mommy.
Yeah. I mean, that fits.
I say, thank you, mommy. Goes to bed.
Yeah. You go to sleep, and the last thing you hear is just, "You're welcome." And you guys wake up the next morning, undisturbed, well rested, and in the grand city of Nicodranus, one of the biggest port cities on Earth. The day is yours. You can do anything you want here. It is a grand expanse of many, many, many opportunities with tightly packed structures and buildings, all with unique color and flair of many cultures.
Where exactly is Nicodranus? Like, is it in the menagerie?
Yeah, Nicodranus is the menagerie. It is just below the Wyung Gates. Like, if you have any idea where the Wyung Gates are, it is just north of Nicodranus. Like, it's the closest thing other than Port Zune, and it is straight north. Nicodranus is the closest city to the Dwendalian Empire there is. And only recently has gained full independence from the Empire, like in the past 10 years or so.
Alright.
By independence, I mean like it was kind of dependent on the Empire for guarding it and stuff. Now it's like fully self-reliant, part of the menagerie. But yeah, it is a very big port city, plenty of culture in it, wildly different structure types. Anywhere, any type of building you could imagine, there is a part of the city that pretty much has it, as everyone moves to Nicodranus if they're a traveler that wants to move somewhere. Or unless they're like a smith or something, then they go to Port Zune. So yeah, you can pretty much do anything here. There's anything from carnivals and makeshift roller coasters to simple fish markets where people gather around the wharf tower.
Okay. Hey, Twin, look at your DMs.
Yeah.
Is Willow here? They said they'd be right back, but I don't know if they ever came back. I'm gonna assume not. Okay. Are we gonna try to do a play fight and see how our powers are?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Because when Skin said that to Godwin, he was just going to maybe get a job or something. Because Skins does have a lead now, 2 leads actually, so we could probably do that.
Alright.
Wait, sure you want to go back to hunting Rias immediately?
Bro, we need to take a little break, Skins.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Give us some time for merriment, homie. We just got off of a ship.
Yeah, we did some crazy stuff, bro. Yeah, we deserve to get a little rest.
We need a little side adventure.
That's true.
There is plenty of people in Nicodranus and in the menagerie as a whole. Anywhere from Michael the Mage to Halas and Zeal.
Not Michael the Mage.
He's always going to be a part of this. You're never going to escape Michael the Mage.
Not him, bro. I'm gonna never go to him.
So Godwin is gonna wake up super early before everybody else, and he's gonna run to all the rooms and start banging on their doors to wake them up.
What?
Good job.
William, shut up. Stop
what?
it.
What?
Get up. We need to get a move on.
What are we doing?
Gotta figure out. We need to figure out what our next move is.
Sleeping.
Skins, like he hesitantly just rolls over off his bed, kind of like falling onto the ground. Then just gets up, rubbing his eyes. Certainly a early morning person. Uh,
But
all right.
when you are ready, meet me down in the tavern. I'll have some drinks for you, if that's what you'd like.
Just water for me, please.
And you, William?
With the most expensive beer, I'll pay for it.
Got it. And I'll get Nim something I think she might like. And Godwin's gonna run downstairs and get whatever William wants and just some random liquor for him and Nimmy.
Alright. You throw together a breakfast meal and breakfast alcohol. Just give it gold for the entire party. Yeah, the barkeep, surprised at the early rush, and you also note that the bar is filled to the point where it'd be hard to seat all of you without like stealing chairs from occupied tables. But like 90% of the people in here are middle aged or older, and like eating breakfast.
The drinker skins.
I'm gonna try to cobble together a table the best I can.
You begin to politely and not so politely to rude people steal chairs and ask for them.
And now I wait.
Yep.
So what do you say, William?
Still not the drinker skins?
No, not really. I mean, I did a few times, but I don't want to do that again. Had to be alert for a while, because, Rias and all that. And then Skins is gonna groggily just exits the room and starts heading downstairs after grabbing his bow and arrow.
I will follow. And we get our drinks.
I mean, yeah, you guys can go about your morning activities pretty easily.
Right then. So, do we have any pressing matters at the moment?
I can name a few, but I don't want to really get into that right now. I say we take like a small break on those pressing matters.
Well, there has been something that I need to take care of. And seeing as we are close to the Iron gates, I feel like now's the time.
What is this?
You have to go there?
Oh, I have to go to Rexingstrom. I think that's in the Dwendalian, isn't it?
Yeah, Rexingstrom is both
It's a capital.
where you're looking for. That is the correct name, and yes, it's like the capital of the Dwendalian Empire, second only to Zadash.
Okay.
Actually, no, Zadash is second to Rexingstrom. Sorry, wrong way around.
What's happening in Rexingstrom?
I have some unfinished business there. Something that I left unfinished after I was enslaved by Rias.
May I know what it is? That you didn't finish?
I am looking for my brother.
Hmm.
And I have reason to believe that a clue to his whereabouts are there.
Sure, we can help find your brother. What's he look like? You? No, wait. Why doesn't?
No, my brother is human.
But aren't you tiefling?
Um, I was born under unfortunate circumstances.
Oh, I understand.
I
Okay.
am the only of my kind in my family.
William
But
starts drinking.
I I would like to ask all of your help in this mission.
Well,
Um,
uh, I don't see why not. If it's to find a family member, you'd be more than happy to help. But I do have to say, and probably already know this as well, but we have a drow. You have me, a goblin, and you, a tiefling. There, there aren't many people in the capital of Dwindlian Empire who look upon us kindly.
There are
But
disguises.
that there are, and Rias did take my only way of traveling safely. So the only way we can probably go is if we go there un untouched, and maybe uh un I can't remember the word right now. I'm too sleepy. But either way, Godwin, we'd be more than happy to help.
I appreciate your um, eagerness, sir. Oh, it is too early for this conversation. And Godwin's gonna take a massive swig of his drink.
Nimi, what is your is your shield magical by any means? Nimi's back, by the way. I saw her text. The one you're using right now, your shield. You even
I
have
don't
one.
think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think it is magical. Actually, I can just look.
Because there wouldn't really be. I don't think there was a way for her to get a magic shield.
No.
I think the shield she has is the one she stole from Castle so long ago.
No, I don't think it's magical. No, it's not. Uh, I will pull out the. I will pull out the Sentinel shield. You see, it has a little eye in the middle, and I'll hand over to Nimi. That's a really good shield. I used to use it for a while. Even before it got stolen from Marius, I had to rebuy it. It helps you out with combat and perceiving things. Uh, you can have that. I don't have much use for it anymore. And like, he like shows over. Like, he looks like he's talking about his other shield that he has now. You can have this one. Sentinel shield. You can name it whatever. I didn't never name it anything. Called Sentinel shield. And then I will look at Godwin and then go, Godwin, I think I need to talk with you in a minute, if that's okay. Godwin?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I spaced out.
I said, Godwin, I think I need to talk with you in a minute, if that's okay.
Of course, William.
Okay. I say after we finish our meals, I have something to talk about. Do you want to go right now? It's whatever you want to talk.
Um, sure. Let's go ahead and get it over with, I suppose.
I take him to the room I was in,
All
and I
right.
close the door and I lock it. Uh, what are we gonna do about Nimi? I'm o I understand her reasoning of what she did, but I don't know yours. When I saw whenever you cast the spell, she looked like she was on flames for a minute. What's going
I
on there?
That was a slight oversight on my part.
Ah,
I did not consider the collateral on that spell.
inside
But
check.
Roll inside versus deception.
Or persuasion if he's being truthful. I don't think he is.
I can choose to fail this check, can I?
Yeah, you can willingly fail.
Yeah, I'll fail.
Oh, well, let me. Okay, okay, so is it a persuasion or deception?
Are you lying or are you telling the truth about not thinking
I-
like
I'm
that?
telling the truth.
Ah,
No, that was Damien. That was like me actually being stupid.
okay. Okay. Well, that clears that part up, but what? How are you with Nemi now? Are you still wanting to kill her, or are you willing to befriend her again?
I understand her reasoning, and I forgive her, but I do not trust her.
I understand. I'm still a little iffy about her and her little moon god, but I, uh, I, I, I say we can probably work things out, all of us. Well,
Has been traveling with skins, then I'm sure that she can be trusted. He seems to
well,
have a good head on him. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders.
every other person that we've ever had that has left us has become bad. So I wouldn't say trust at all. They are. We've had what? One, two, three, maybe five or six people that we've been with left and then became bad people. Like, so I don't know about that, but that's all I was wanting to know. I didn't know how you were with her. I guess we can go back to our group.
So you
I
rejoin the
will.
group.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your party going to do? You're all gathered, and you technically have two separate fighting forces that are both capable. As you have Arctic, Jumbo, Clock Tower, and Faye, who are kind of like a secondary combat group that you don't necessarily know Arctic's capabilities. You just know he's somewhat wizardy. Uh, you guys technically could go on two separate missions by just telling them to go on a mission while you go on your own. So
Or we can all go in one party
Uh,
together.
yeah, or you could just like
yeah,
freaking
okay.
dominate the battlefield or
Yeah,
risk
yeah,
everyone else's lives because
yeah,
they're far weaker than you.
yeah, yeah, hold on. Okay, so Skins is obviously going to notice. Skins is going to look at everyone, looks back at the main group, looks back at the group he was traveling with for a while. Uh, right. It's probably not the best. It's probably not the best idea to continue like this. That's a lot of people to feed, and I can only feed so many. Well, except the robots. I don't have to feed them.
We
But
made a lot of money. We
I
could
know,
pay for it all.
I know, considering how far you guys been, and these mighty nine people you guys keep talking about. So I think Skins then kind of like thanks for a moment. We are heading to the Wyoming gates, and I did get a lead there. Skins then looks at Faye and everyone else, even Arctic if he wants to. Would you guys be willing to check on that lead out for me while we go do whatever we have to for Godwin?
Jumbo is the one who seemingly takes charge of the group. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. Do you trust? He looks at Biel. Us to not, die in the process. We can. We'll just be careful. We'll make sure not to go too deep into it and confirm or deny one or the other. If it is easy enough, or if we realize there's weakness, we will begin the process of weighing their numbers. And Arctic just looks over at Godwin and just goes, I'm fine with that if I don't necessarily need to be next to him anymore. Are you okay with me going, Godwin?
Arctic, can you handle yourself out there?
I believe so. I'm not sure exactly how powerful people this age are, but back when I was, in my time, creatures weren't really that big of a threat to me. Other people can be dangerous, depending on how dangerous they are, of course, but with these folk around, what I saw or heard outside, I think it would be fine.
Sure. Go make a name for yourself, my friend.
Sure we will. Maybe we can make a secondary group. Fated few dozen? I don't know.
The fated baker's dozen.
Yeah, fated baker's dozen.
Maybe. Okay. Alright, so... Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I do want you guys to check out that lead, but probably not now. Maybe try and do some jobs that you guys think you can handle. Get some money for yourself. And then if you guys think you're ready, then go out for the leads. Maybe try the Port Zune one out first, because that one doesn't sound too dangerous because they're just starting up there.
The issue with that plan is you heard the man before you stabbed him. He said that now that you've attacked the Nicodranus branch, they might not send it to Zune. They might just reinforce somewhere else or recall it.
That is true. Good point, Jumbo.
And we can
right.
survive on our own. We don't need money. We have a good portion. There's only 2 of us who eat, so it's not like we need a lot to get out there.
Right, okay, well... What am I doing? You guys are your own crew now. You guys don't have to follow my orders. Though I do wish for us to stay in contact. William, you wouldn't happen to have anything for us, right?
What? Right, remember before we got our stuff stolen from Rias, I bought a little bit of a thing. I pulled the sending stones. And I give them a set so we can talk to each other.
Arctic
I gave them
takes
to Jumbo.
And
I guess
cast Identify. Jumbo takes them, but then hands them to Arctic, and Arctic casts Identify on it. And he just looks at it and just goes, "No, I don't need these. You can keep this."
What?
I can cast this spell.
Yeah, but this is a free use, so you don't spend
That
your...
is fair. I guess we can keep it. I'll give it back to Jumbo then, and Jumbo will take it.
You can use it once per dawn. Talk back and forth. You can send one. I can send one. You know how sending works. If you ever need to talk, or if you're in a sticky situation, just contact us. We'll do the same.
If you guys can, maybe check up maybe once a week. If you guys are in a sticky, be sure to have one on the ready.
Jumbo nods, and Arctic nods as well, though he, like he said, could cast a spell by himself.
Alright, so I guess this is banned for now. Uh, Skin is gonna look at Faye and look at Biel. Uh, we could probably wait a little bit for them, considering, it's been months since they've seen each other.
Uh, what's Eden's pet name again? Arctic?
Yeah.
Hey, Arctic. I have no need for this anymore. So you said you're not that powerful of a wizard?
I'm not sure. I don't know what is considered powerful now. I wasn't
Well, you
powerful
see.
back then, but we didn't really have to be.
Well, don't worry about that anymore. Just in case, I can't use anymore because I have enough stuff already. I don't have any more tombstone slots. He'll take off the Amizium Apparatus.
Oh, to cast spells that you don't know?
Yep,
Okay.
you can have that. It goes up to 5th level spells. There's not many on each spell, like category of power, but it can come in handy.
I'm sure it will, yes. Thank you. I guess you don't need it, so...
But watch out. If you're not, like fully there when you cast it, like if you're not focusing too well, you might accidentally cast another spell that you didn't want to.
I'm sure
Just be
you're fine, reasonably so.
Yeah, be careful about that though. Cause say you want to cast, this spell and then you accidentally cast Fireball on yourself. So,
That is a
stuff can happen.
danger.
Stuff can happen like that. Or you try to cast this thing and then you cast Cone of Cold. It's just, it'll come in handy, I believe. Just be careful with it.
I will be.
Right. Well, that's pretty much all the stuff I can give out.
Alright,
Hmm.
I suppose we'll get going, I guess.
Hey, so, Jumbo,
Yeah?
I read upon this, I pulled the Ruby Heart. You see, I did find out, that it most likely can kill organic people, but you're not really organic.
God dang, why do you keep messaging me in DM? You didn't message me in DMs yet.
She's probably telling you to look at it so she can text you.
Okay. But he looks at it and just goes, I don't... What's it do? Like, I don't think I need a
It
heart.
keeps you alive, I believe. I think if you're like
William,
in a
I'm thousands of years old.
yeah, but
Or
can't you
8,000 at least.
can you not still die?
I can die, but I don't think... you said that can kill you. If anything, that might speed me along.
It can kill organic people.
William, let's not force Jumbo to do anything
I
he
wasn't
doesn't
forcing
want.
him.
I don't think it's going to do much different to me than what it would do to you. I still take damage from most spells, and that is a magical item. If it can kill organics, it can likely kill me. I already
That's
have an
fair.
arcane core that works fine.
That's fair. That's fair. Sorry, I was just weird suggestion. Just seeing if you would try it. Never mind.
Maybe don't ask that to everyone that you come across, William.
I'm not
Hey,
gonna
you want to
give it
shove
to
this in your
everyone.
chest? Hey, you
I
wanna
was asking a friend because I was told organic people can die, but he's not organic. Okay.
I say we keep that for whatever use later, because I mean it is shiny, although disturbing. Maybe we can fetch a price for it, because I'm not entirely sure what it does. Could
Oh,
be
I
useful
know
for
the
some
price.
states.
I know the price. It's,
Wait, hold on. Doesn't Godwin know it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both know it.
Yeah, it's like 5,000
Right,
bucks or
one
something. I don't know.
It can be 5,000 or more gold, depending on where we sell it.
I'm talking about like what the properties are.
Oh, it can create it. It can be used to create a golem, or a construct similar to, your man Jumbo or Clock Tower or Click Clack. They can more or less create a construct, though with the current technology, likely a far weaker construct than a Warforged. It can also be used to seemingly indefinitely extend someone's lifespan. Though, if you are lacking in something, you will die. So,
Okay.
But we don't know what that something is. I
yeah,
guess we relay that message to everybody.
I'm not the brightest goblin in the shed, but I think maybe we could use that to make a construct of something.
Yeah, I still think the indefinite life thing is very good, especially if someone dies, just like how BL died for a minute.
If Yell did what now?
So you know how I became king? We had to fight. What was it called?
Like King.
Plain King. We had to fight the Plain King. He died during it. So I was like, maybe if that happens again, if they're already dying, I guess we can already try it.
Skins kind of like just like looks at Nimmy. Nimmy wasn't with you by then. At least I don't think so. How did he come back?
Well, my nine could have helped us, but they weren't with us. They do have clerics, but there was a certain cute little fella that joined us for a little bit.
Certainly wasn't little.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I said little. He's like gigantic and big. He's a big boy. Cleric though. And also another person that was kind of like me. My kind of power.
Right. Okay. Well, glad Bill's okay. It seems like he's been through a lot, considering his hand and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Now you have 3 dead people walking in this party.
Yep. Okay. All right. Guess we'll get going then. No time to really waste here. Then Skins is going to start walking out, but then when as soon as he opens the door, though, he lets out a whistle, and then immediately, within like 30 seconds, a gigantic bat lands in front of the tavern for everyone to see.
I thought the bat died. Wow.
no.
No, no, I
Oh.
said that as William. Because William literally saw it get shot at whenever he left.
Uh, no, bat's still okay. Then Skins kind of like pats bat's chest a little bit, then kind of like looks down. Don't know about Beanie though.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can fly too. And he starts flying on his boots.
Aye. And Godwin whistles as well, and his broom comes flying over.
You know,
Bill also says he could fly.
Godwin, are you sure you want to go on your broom? The last time you did, you almost head first went into some concrete and died. Are you sure you don't be on that broom anymore, bud?
I love it too much to give it up.
You're gonna die with that thing. You almost got brain damage or most likely killed.
Dude, that's
Live
just
by the broom,
Godwin's.
die by the broom.
Okay.
Dude, that's just Godwin's calling. He just loves being Kratos. He
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
wants to
bro.
fall. He sees a
He
cliff,
needs
he's
it.
falling off of it.
It's in my DNA. Like if you put my DNA under a microscope, or if you put his DNA under a microscope, you'd hear Aerosmith.
You zoom in and your ears get better somehow. By the way,
Dreamo!
Willow goes over and pets bats as they are aggressively spamming that they want to pet Bat.
Bat kind of just like looks at Nemi, but he just takes it because Bat has been with Nemi for a
Yeah,
while
used
now.
to this at this point. Every time he
gonna-
comes near.
I want to throw an illusion card down.
Why?
Just to show I have it still.
Okay.
I mean, isn't it technically renewed? So you have
Yep,
the lit
it-
spec? What do you roll? What do you roll?
I gotta find the thing first. Right. Okay. Ooh,
Why'd you weigh something?
succubus.
Oh!
A very
Huh.
sexual lady appears right next to you, half clothed and mostly ethereal, though that's how most succubuses appear. The morning tavern folk, made of middle-aged and elderly folk, kind of just look over. Several of them just begin to stare at her. The illusion, that is. But none of them seem to make a move, as you guys aren't alarmed, so they're not going to be alarmed yet. However, your arm begins to tingle slightly and jolts
I know.
a shock just for
I
a
didn't-
split second.
I'll say it. Sorry, I did not mean that. It was a random throw. I'm sorry. And he'll walk away from the succubus. Bye. That's I got the cards back.
Right. Okay. How long does it last?
Until I dispel it.
Could you do that, please?
Why?
It's distracting everyone else.
Skins, you dirty little thing. I dispel it.
Okay. The form fades into invisibility.
Okay, well, actually, do you guys even have mounts anymore?
We did. Did we not bring him, Trent?
You were on a boat,
So,
so no.
we kind of left them at the Plank King's place.
Well, you're lucky I bought us a cart then. Alright, so let's go to the cart then. Skins parked it somewhere. Stable, maybe. Oh.
All right. You find your way back to the cart that was sitting in the street overnight. Luckily, you left nothing of real value there. Stalking up to make sure you're fed enough, though I believe Skins can cover almost, if not all, of the party. Your group of 10 people, because I'm not counting right now, leave the city. Are you guys? Where are you heading? Rexington?
Yes, to the wide. Yes, we're heading to Rexington.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
Your party heads to the Wyune Gates, at which point half of it splits away, and just you guys remaining make your way deeper and deeper into the gorge that is leading up to the gates. When you see the gates, however, you understand you're probably not going to get through without heavy inspection, and therefore Nimi probably isn't going to get through. The gates are guarded heavily. Both sides of the wall are crawling with Vendalian righteous brand. They are everywhere. You see on your side of the wall, not your side, but the menagerie side of the wall is probably 60 righteous brand, and on the other side you see several hundred standing guard, which is far too many for a regular checkpoint. They wouldn't normally have this here, but they do for some reason, and seemingly heavy guarding. You're either going to have to get some real good disguises of some kind, to the point where they can't tell if they touch you that you're fake, or find another way around, as in go through the mountains, with the other half of your party basically catching up to them.
Have we been to the mountains? Been through the mountains with these guys?
No, but it's not a super harsh trek. You know the direction you're supposed to go.
And the terrain outlander feat as well.
Yeah, it's not super hard for you guys to find your way around the checkpoint, but you would have to after heading to the gate, because there's no way you're getting past this without some good disguising.
Before anything though, Skins is going to Skins is going to go to a random blacksmith for no reason.
Okay, you find your way to the little shopping area, not shopping area, but the little outpost section, and find yourself to what looks to be a blacksmith's tent, at which point you are promptly blocked by a guard, and he shouts out in a sort of rough tone, "Off limits to civilians, sorry."
I can't purchase anything in here?
No, you go to one of the shops. There's literally one shop, that's it. You go to them. It's a lady who buys and sells things for the military. This is for the military. She is a reseller.
Alright, I do have a question though. Is something around?
Why do you ask?
I want to talk to him. We we know each other? I know it's not a whole lot to go on.
Sure, I'll ask him if he knows a small goblin with a bow.
Name's Skins a lot.
Skins, alright. I'll tell him Skin is out here for him. He finds his way, or he walks his way deeper into the encampment, and not too long later, you see a pristine and very fancy looking, obviously his monk attire, but very colorful as always, and somewhat like creased forehead, like he's been thinking about something very hard, but not to the point where you're worried about him. And he comes out waving the guard back off as he approaches. Skins! It's been a while. It's been a year or more? I can't quite recall.
Definitely been ever since the party. That
Yeah, that's
disaster.
definitely been more than a year.
So, I know it's kind of sudden to meet like this. I never write or anything. Skins kind of just like chuckles at that, trying to make some small talk. So Skins kind of like looks over at the gate, kind of a bit worryingly. Is everything okay here?
Well, you know how the Empire is. Word is the king's on his deathbed. Is going to die within the week. Prince is already aggravating himself about things. Hopefully the Kreen follow through on their defense contract. If they do, then we'll be fine. If they don't, we'll be screwed. Even with all the advancements we've made recently. That army right there, and he looks over at the wall, to which is several layers higher than the menagerie side. It's probably enough to break this fort, if just a little bit more. If they bring a few thousand men down here, they can walk through us.
And I suppose not even you could stop that many.
Well, I wouldn't willingly do so. I could probably force them to run away, but that would be compromising.
I see. I just wanted to stop in. We're heading through the gate. Is there any idea if we can get past this? Because you know I'm a goblin, and you've probably seen the drow that's with us right now.
If you want to get into the Empire, you're going to have a permanent disguise on that drow. Especially you might make it in. Probably not from our side, though. That drow definitely ain't going to fly. No chance. If you want to get in, you're probably going to have to go through the wall, or go through the mountains, walk through those. Or have a really good disguise, like, undetectable.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's been a couple of months. I mean, I've done a lot of sneaking by then, but I don't know about the other three.
Well, if
So,
you're sneaking,
you think you
gotta
can
sneak
get-
through the mountains?
Exactly. Do you have any directions that I can give us so you can give us so we're not too far confused of where we're going? I mean, I'm good at tracking things, but
There's not
You
a
know
whole
how it
lot
is.
of landmarks in the mountains. It's just mountains. They all look the same. They're tall, sometimes snowy. Best I can tell you is circle around to the point where it's one direction. As long as you keep following that direction, you'll end up in the Empire. And then head east, and you should get to the Amber Road, which then you should know where you're going.
alright. That helps a lot. Okay, thank you, something. Sadly, I don't have any favor to call in yet. I know it's been who knows how long since I've done that now.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fulfill it if you keep delaying, you know. This war is getting a little bit out of hand.
That is true.
Even though it's not really
though-
a war. It's just long-standing tensions, apparently.
Yeah, and hopefully nothing else happens behind that. And you said the Kreen was going to help you?
I believe so. We made a deal, some of the operatives I sent up there. Struck a deal for some work and some less tariffs, better trade opportunities. About half the continent's cut off from them. The Kryn Dynasty, they don't trade with Dwindles, and Dwindles are a powerhouse. Therefore, we are making up for it and requesting their service by giving them far better deals than any other group on trade.
Okay. I mean, hopefully the Kreen follows through. I have my village up there that I think is probably either going to try and stay neutral or maybe get some help with the Kreen because there are people around, you know.
I, I bet the best chance for your village is to stay neutral. They would take it and view it as a key point, which is on since it's on the border and all. And they would probably slaughter the goblins they run into without a second thought.
I know, and I'm hoping that that doesn't become the case. But in any case, figure out some way you can help me with pay me back. But I do have a word of warning, and I probably should have told you this months ago, but I've been busy with wizard problems. I don't know if he's done anything or if they've done anything, but I'm assuming you've probably heard of a person named Charm.
Yes, they're married to the head magistrate, I believe.
Yeah, their power can bend people to its will. I just wanted to warn you about that, in case if anything seems off about your men or anyone in the menagerie.
That is true. I believe it doesn't reach this far, or they're not using it in that manner. I know of the power because they are one of the major reasons the Empire doesn't walk over the mountains and attack us. They have plenty of opportunity to do so. It would take a long time, but they can march an army of reasonable size through those mountains because, like I said, they're a powerhouse in almost any way, therefore can supply that. Uh, the reason they don't, however, is because fortresses have randomly sprung up across the mountaintops. We believe a good portion used to be dwarven fortresses, either abandoned or taken at the start of the war. Yes, it's not the most ethical thing to do, but it's either let the Dwindles control those dwarves, or let Charm control the creatures inside the old dwarf hovels. Mainly giants are the main danger. The Dwindles can't go through without getting harassed along the way.
Yeah, they told us about that, and it was a benefit, I will admit. I don't want the menagerie. The people here have been good to me, and especially to you, something. Even though we did fight for a bit, but I still consider you a friend.
It would be hard pressed for me to say you're not somewhat close to me, but I take a lot to consider someone my friend, especially someone short-lived such as a goblin. Sorry to say, it is hard for me to call you a friend, but I also can't say that I care nothing about you. You're like in that middle ground where you're working on it, but it's more an expectation you could die at any moment. I don't know how long goblins live, you know?
That's a fair assumption. Mortality's a thing, but in any case, I just came to check to see check to see you up about anything and to warn you about that. Maybe, hopefully, nothing too bad will happen to Charm, but I think I've been making my people wait for too long. Probably should get back to the.
Well, I believe you have a long road. I have a lot to look over as well. It's good catching up. If you do find a favor that you need my help with, and that I can reasonably do, I will do so. I wish you luck on whatever adventure you go on. Just make sure to stay hidden in the Empire, otherwise you will get ridiculed.
Oh no, I know that. Even with the pardon I had, I was still ridiculed. But anyway, see ya something. And then Skins is gonna go back to the party and look at everyone. All right, so we either go through the gates or we go around them, and I say we go around them.
I agree.
Me as well.
All right. Uh, while we're going up there, we should probably dress up Nimmy so she doesn't stick out like a sore thumb.
We've been good at it before. We can probably do it again.
Let's hope. And then Skins is going to start heading up to the mountains with the party, I suppose.
All right, you and your group make your way out and around in a small semicircle, finding your way back to the most probable entrance that is the easiest to traverse of the mountain range, making your way through the valleys of these mountains for several days. At one point, you see a campfire in the distance. Going to investigate, you note that it is your party searching the area of other people who startle awake and begin to combat you. To which Arctic immediately casts what seems to be a fairly powerful fireball, but it doesn't kill any of you. Therefore, the combat dies off fairly quickly, and even a quick counterspell could have stopped that danger. You make your way past them after a small conversation and assurance that everybody would be fine, and telling them to hide their camp better, and find your way into the Empire. How are you disguising Nim?
As a wood elf.
That is
Yes, but who is doing the check to disguise Nim?
What is that check again? What is
It's
that?
dexterity plus proficiency if you are proficient in disguise kits.
That would be
She
plus
is.
8 for me. I can disguise her.
And Skins will also get advantage on it if he can, because he also.
All right. So you have
So you helping me?
advantage.
Are you helping me, Sean, or
Yeah.
are you doing it? Okay.
I'll also make sure it's okay. So you have a plus 4 dex. Never mind. So it's plus 8
13 plus 8 is 21.
All right, with a
with
21.
advantage.
That. Did I roll twice?
You roll with advantage. I don't know if you rolled twice.
I don't know if I rolled twice.
How do you not know? It's on
I
MRPG, isn't it?
no, I rolled in person. I don't. Do I need to re-roll?
It'll be. We'll just count 21. That'll be fine.
I'll just
Uh,
try it. Oh, that would be great. 27. But
Okay, sure. 27. You
Okay.
disguised them fairly well as a wood elf, pointing their ears out, more or less applying a light foundation across their entire body, any visible bits at least. The armor helps immensely to add to a wood elf disguise, as you know, you don't have to dip their entire body in a coating of paint. Most of it's still covered, just like the arms and stuff. But making a fairly good disguise, you and your party head into the Empire. Traveling as a small group, heading, I'm assuming, directly to Rexingtrum, passing up most other cities nearby, Skins feeding you along the way, the grand city of Zadash, several more cities of like Trostenwald. You find your way to the center of the Empire, to where you notice that there are several bands of righteous brand, just like patrolling the streets and the outside of the walls. They're on alert for operatives, it seems, seemingly worried about something that may have happened recently. But finding your way inside fairly quickly and easily, with not being harassed at all, other than the righteous brand kind of look and take note that there is a goblin in the troop. You find yourself in the grand city of Rexingtrum, one of, if not the largest city in the entire continent. It is made of its several different wards: the Mud Top Ward, mostly mud and where the poor people live; the Mosaic Ward, all sorts of arts; the Jewel Ward, plenty of vibrant colors; the castle sitting in the center with its huge keep and like small moat island that it sits on. taking up a good portion of the center of the city, alongside the candles, which are the many, specifically 13 wizard towers that tower over the city in an almost oppressive manner, visible from the entire thing. There's one more ward I forgot about, but not necessarily worried about, because it doesn't really matter at the moment. But you find yourself walking around the city. I'm assuming... where are you guys heading, actually? Because the Cerberus
It's up to
assembly is the candles. You know Luke there. Where is you taking him, my man? It's up to you,
Yeah,
Ian.
Godwin.
Or Godin. Yeah, Godin.
I suppose the first thing we should do is ask around. Maybe some of these people have found him or seen him around.
I can't stray too far. We're gonna give me looks, and someone might get wise. So, I think I'll stay with William, and we can try and search there.
I'll split up on my own and try to see if I can find anything. As for my brother, his name is Godfrey Langstrom. And
Alright.
so if you can find anything on him, it would be much appreciated.
Could you give me a quick description real quick? I'm fairly decent at drawing maps. I can probably draw a face.
He's around 5'9", short curly blonde hair,
BRB.
bright icy blue eyes, and a lanky stature. And his skin is a little tanner than most around here. That's about all I can give on him.
Skins,
I had a picture. Sorry.
Skins, it's okay. Skins is going to like he takes like a piece of paper out and like starts drawing it. He does like a very detailed sketch of what you described to him. He then puts like a descriptor, kind of like a missing poster that you see on like a back of a milk carton sometimes. And then he writes "Have you seen this man?" Everything seem right? Skins shows it to Godwin.
That is scarily accurate.
And I have a thing for features.
Well, I'm glad to have you on my side then.
Don't mention it. We'll try your best. We'll try our best to try and find anything about him. Just be careful, okay?
Understood.
I'm back.
Alright, so we have Skins now has a poster of Godfrey, and he's going to travel with William, trying to look for people who might have seen.
Make a investigation check, either you
I
separately
think-
or at once.
I think
Yeah, I'll-
want to do it.
I'll just give William advantage because I'm the one just holding the poster. I'm not going to say anything to any of these.
You actually just walk next to William holding the poster. Every time he looks at someone, you flash the poster in front of his eyes.
25.
You search the city, and while being extremely perceptive, your hour or so is spent fruitlessly, as he doesn't seem to be walking around, and anyone you ask about him hasn't heard anything about him. Seems like he dropped off the face of the map. That's what Skins and William are doing, probably along with BL. What is Nim Godwin doing?
Be right back.
Is Nim just going with them? Because Godwin wants to go
Godwin
by
went
himself.
off by himself.
Yeah, Godwin
Went by himself.
So for now, I'm assume Faye or what's her name? Nim is with the troop of four separating off to search. Godwin, where are you headed in particular? Or do you want to go to a second thing?
Yeah, let's go to the second thing.
Okay. Secrets. Woo. All right. Where are you heading?
Okay. So Godwin, as soon as he's out of sight of the other people, he's immediately going to go to where his link is leading him.
All right. You head over to the Cerberus Assembly's candles, finding your way to the large wizard towers after zigzagging through the streets, making sure you're not followed by your team. You find your way up towards where the candles are positioned in a huge, like, circular formation with a few candles next to each other at a time, with one in the middle, like a weird centerpiece, probably the head of the Cerberus. But you know which candle you need to go into. The downside, or the only problem, is that when you walk up to the gate to enter the candle's little area that's sectioned off from the rest of the city, and on like a little moat of its own, the two guards there just kind of look at you as you approach and shake their head and just go, "What's your business?"
I'm here to see my handler.
What's that mean? None of these are sugar mamas. By the way,
Wait, what did he say?
he said, "What's that mean?" None of these guys are sugar mamas, as far as I know. And yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean anything to these guys. They're not Volstrucker. They're just here. They're just technically elite guard. The Volstrucker only work for the Cerberus. This is more like castle elites kind of thing.
So they wouldn't even know we exist. Then,
No,
would
they kind of know you exist somewhat, but they don't know exactly what you do. Like, this is the kind of people who get a gist that the Cerberus has people working for them, but they have no idea who those people are or what they're doing. All they can do is trust that the Augen Trust, which is the King's spy network, make sure that they stay safe.
All right. Well, I have business with someone in this assembly.
What business with who? Can't just let anyone in here.
So I can tell them I'm a Volstrucker.
You could. It's probably not a great idea because you are supposed to remain entirely unnoticeable. And if any of these people would, because these aren't like top of the notch, like these aren't like super trained professionals. They're trained professionals. They're elite units, yes, but they're not going to be like, they're not like you. They're not like keep the secret to the death kind of people.
Okay.
You could very easily say the party has referenced an archmage called Luke several times. He is one of the archmages that run the place, and I think it's the Archmage of Antiquity. Whatever one is the one who finds relics, I think that's him. You could just try and convince them that you're going for him, unless you want to say your actual handler's name, which is Astrid Beck, by the way, if you don't remember. Or I never
Astrid Beck.
Yeah, Astrid Beck.
Okay.
She is yet another archmage. Her is like the civil defense, though.
Okay, I'm gonna call her name. I'm gonna tell him I'm there to see Astrid Beck.
Hey, you're there to see Astrid. He looks at the other guard, and they just kind of shrug and nod, I guess. I guess I'll let you in. They unlock the large padlock and swing open the gates. Go on. If you cause a commotion, we'll come in there and beat your ass.
And Godwin's not even gonna acknowledge these peasants, and he's gonna walk by them and go in.
You walk by, he swings the gate shut and locks it behind you. You find your way to, like all of the other candles, tall white marble structure, maybe 150 foot tall. Obviously created using magic, and windowless for the most part. The only thing you see is a balcony that seems to have a door that is made of glass, and therefore you can see leads to literally more marble, as if the door leads to nowhere. You know that this place is obviously enchanted to look far better on the inside and probably larger on the inside than on the outside. The door itself is a fine mahogany, like deep red, and as you knock on it, a message rings out of Astrid's voice, like out of a Ring camera monitor or whatever. And she calls down. Who's about down there? What are you needing? I'm busy. Come back later if you don't have an appointment.
It is I,
I can't
Godwin.
see your face. Godwin. Okay. Uh, sure, why
I
not?
forgot my own name for a second.
The door swings inwards, and while she isn't there to greet you, she does say as the door swings inward through this telecommunications monitor, "I'll be down in a moment, just gotta get dressed." The door shuts behind you, and you are welcomed into a very comfortable looking seating, like living room space. Last time you were in here, it was a far more rough, almost fighting pit looking location. So either she remodeled or you were just put into this space to be a welcoming position, like be welcomed in this specific instance. A few minutes later, maybe about 5 minutes or so, she comes down dressed in her service assembly robes, very fancy, other than her hair is like messed up and still wet, likely where she was taking some sort of shower. You see Astrid is a blonde, relatively short, maybe 5'7", 5'6", woman. Her hair is cut short on one side and like combed over to the other. She has several scars, very prominent like burn scars on her neck, all up and down her arms, where her sleeves are like rolled up. You see small like jagged stab wounds, similar to the wounds caused by crystals being put into your chest in your case, but on her it's her arms. She also has like tattoos of maze-like structures connecting those scars. She used to be a Volstrucker as well, and just ascended to being a Cerberus member. And her fairly deep for a woman's voice, she's just going to ask, "So, what's your purpose of just coming over here? No warning or anything. I could feel you in the city from our connection, but why?"
I was eager to arrive. I have brought him, Astrid.
The goblin?
Skins.
Yes. Nice. Oscar would be proud. I probably wouldn't want to tell him about it yet, though. Otherwise he would come in and try and kill the stupid man. Sure. Okay. How about you tell them that it's a job for money? Very good pay. I'll pay each member who goes... No, I'll pay a collective 10,000 gold. How about that? Or is that a little bit low? Make it 15. I'll pay a collective 15,000 gold for them to do the job. And the job in this case is to, let's say, clear my magical basement. I lost control of some magic creatures in there, and they go in and figure it out. Keep in mind, if you see any other agents in there, don't attack them. They're there for a purpose. They are going to, I believe, the only way to figure it out would be to capture skins for a few minutes, lock the rest in like a cage to stop them from harming themselves or us, and just do tests on them for a few days. We have something to figure out, and I don't know how else to do it other than that.
But he would be left alive, yes?
Yes, he would have similar markings to me and you, with a little, and she like points to her scars in her arm, but it's nothing unhealable by magic. I just choose not to leave mine healed. He might not like the procedure, but he'll mostly forget about it in general. I will personally, since it would be hard for them to resist by magic, modify their memory, each and every one of them, to the point where they won't even know they entered. Or they'll know that they returned. And that they now are a Witcher. And I will tell them that it's something to do with my basement. It makes people forget things while they're inside. Everything inside so confidential and it's forbidden knowledge. Whatever. Bullshit magic. To convince them.
Correct. Well,
I might
they
even
are
hire a
here.
cleric to get rid of the scars for him. Just so he doesn't even have a clue. Do you have any objections?
No, but the they are here under the pretext that we are looking for my brother.
Easy enough. I can tell them in exchange for this, since I'm part of the Cerberus, I know connections, and I'll tell them that I can find your brother. And yes, you are technically, I know, working for us for your brother. But your service to the Empire is more important in this case. Therefore, until we figure out exactly what makes him so special, I will have to withhold him, sadly. I actually don't know where he is personally. I would have to talk to the other archmages. He's not my Volstrucker. I believe he's Luke's, if I had to guess.
As long as he's alive.
Luke is very kind. I'm sure he's alive.
Then yes, I can accomplish this.
Alright, scurry along then. Tell them to meet me here either today, like right now, or tomorrow. I will have some creatures inside that they're supposed to fight and stuff. I won't modify your memory, but I'll modify theirs. Anything they see inside will be forgotten. Scars will be healed. I have decided to hire a cleric so that he has no clue. None of them do. Won't be an issue then.
Well, I will have them by in at least a few hours. If you need more time, let me know.
No, we've been on
Contact me.
standby. I alerted them as soon as you entered the city to gather and begin creating creatures to fight and to hide any really important knowledge.
All right then. I will go back to them and give them this information. And like as he finishes that final statement, like there's a not even just a twinge. There is a large amount of guilt in Godwin's voice.
She hears that guilt, but doesn't even seem to care that you feel bad about this. This is your job. She expects you to do it. All you have to do to think about this, if you're that upset about, harming your new friends or whatever, which you shouldn't have in the first place, friends, is think of it as this. It's the same thing as surgery. You pass out when you have surgery. Clerics don't usually keep people awake when they're on their deathbed. They put them at ease by putting them unconscious before they go in to try and solve the issue. Or more technical non-magic healers do the same with herbs and such. It would be the same experience. It's like an operation that never happened. They wake up sore, maybe, but not even much so, because clerics can heal all of that. They might. The worst thing about any surgery, in my experience, is waking up not knowing what day it is, being confused. But in this case, that should be relieved by the 15,000 gold they're getting, for in their eyes, doing next to nothing.
As long as he is not killed, then I have no qualms doing this.
We're more careful than that. We won't kill anyone as important as him. Your other friends are technically not as important, but I understand that I won't kill them either. Well, I'm busy.
Thank you.
I was in the shower before you interrupted me. I still have soap in my hair. So I'm probably going to get back to that if you have no more questions.
Right. Thank you, Astrid. And Godwin's gonna turn and leave.
The door opens before you can even reach out your hand and shuts behind you, doing the same, once again, the same thing where you can't even reach out to try and shut it. You find your way out of the candles, back out onto the street. Leaving is not questioned by the guards, only entering is. You see one of them hand another person's piece of gold, though, seemingly betting on if you would be allowed in or not. But you find yourself back onto the streets, and we will rejoin the other group here.
All right.
Oh, they're back.
All right.
Hello.
Godwin, you find your way back onto the street. I'm assuming after the unsuccessful search, you guys have some sort of designated meeting location, and therefore do so after the hour and a half you guys spend doing your searching.
Skins comes up to Godwin after seeing him in the crowd with his perceptive eye. Me and William couldn't find anything. Apparently no one's seen them. Or him, I guess. I'm sorry, Godwin.
Well, don't be too sorry, because I have a lead.
Really? Where'd you come across this lead at?
Follow me. I'll take you there. She wants to do a bit of a trade, I suppose, for information, but well, I'm willing. I don't know if you are.
What's the trade?
A job.
Okay.
She described it to me as cleaning out her magical basement.
Oh, well, before having me skins.
What?
We've heard something like that before, haven't we?
Have
You're
we?
talking about Halas.
I'm talking about Halas.
Oh. I suppose. Okay, I mean, if that's the job, see, why not? If it's to find your brother.
Is there anything that you two need to take care of? You. 1, 2, 3, 4. You four need to take care of.
Why'd you do? Okay, I don't necessarily think so. Why is this going to take a while?
Well, we did just immediately get back into the city after traveling across the mountains and immediately started our searches. I was just wanting to know if you wanted to rest before going.
Nah, I think we're okay. We did kind of rest a lot on the way here. We should be fine.
Well, follow me. Godwin turns off and begins to head on toward where he was told to go.
Alright, you and your troop, now being dragged along by Godwin, find your way to the center of the city, back toward the Candles district. Not really a district, fenced in with high metal fences portion that store on a small moated island the 13 candles of the Cerberus assembly. The large marble towers in their oppressing visage. As you walk up, the guards look at you guys, and then they note Godwin, and another gold piece is passed, seemingly betting on if you would return or were pushed away forever. And as you approach, one of the guards that lost the gold piece steps forward and just goes, "Business? What's your business?"
We are here to see Astrid.
Again?
Yes,
It's been
again.
30 minutes.
And
Gah. And he unlocks the padlock and opens the door to let you guys in.
Uh, Skins hearing the name Astrid, his eyes kind of like widen
You have no
slightly.
reason to suspect Astrid for anything.
Uh, why do I have it in my notes then?
That is for the other character.
No, because it's on Skins.
You didn't. The only thing you know is that Astrid was the Cerberus Assembly member there. You have no reason to suspect Astrid of anything other than she was there when the party happened. With the other character, you saw Astrid passing some files around with Halas. So right now, all you have is like, oh, I know that name. They were at the party. Pretty much.
Oh, I thought like because like the blind elf lady that we had like said something about that. I don't know.
Don't think they said anything to do with any particular person. I think they just said their handler. They might have. I don't remember exactly.
They said some about a wizard, but they didn't say the name.
I don't know because I mean I have it.
You know what we could
I
always
just
do
don't.
is after this go look
Yeah,
back
look it
at
up.
it.
Yeah, look
I'm
back
not
at
doing
it.
that right now. I'm combing through
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, so especially since we got like a few minutes left on this session anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, but you're drug into the Candles district. He references Astrid, but you recognize the name. Not sure exactly how, but you do recognize the name. But not with any particular reference at the moment. He walks up to a specific, seemingly at random, marble tower with a reddish mahogany door. As he reaches up and knocks on it, you hear over the intercom, as there is seemingly a somewhat magical, like, sending intercom on this door, similar to the way Luke responded the first time. Yeah, why, who's there?
I'm here about the job.
Okay, sure. And the door swings open into a welcoming little sitting area. One thing you note, Godwin, is that there are several tables that have like been removed. This seems to be a far smaller sitting arrangement with less chairs, about what you need to sit your entire party plus Astrid. It's probably a tactic to get you guys closer together, to get more, like, be your friend or whatever, because you're sitting closer together. I don't know. But eventually Astrid comes down the stairs. Her hair's still wet, but now, for the most part, dried and no longer having soap inside of it. You guys see in the back of your mind, specifically Skins and William, familiar figure with the short cut blonde hair on one side, the other side a longer like comb over hairstyle that follows with a long, sometimes braided, sometimes not braided hair. She has prominent burn scars all across her neck, several scars across her eyes, cheeks, lips. Like her lips has a huge scar through it. Her arms at this point are covered up, so you guys don't know anything there, but you do know that there is redness, so probably some more burn scars on like the forearm or something. She's wearing Cerberus Assembly clothing and seems relatively well put together at the moment.
Right back.
Obviously with some sort of makeup put on in advance, likely knowing that you were coming. She walks down and sits down in a overstuffed armchair, reclining back into it, and motions to the chairs. Sit. We are going to have a little bit of explaining to do. It is a semi-complicated procedure with pocket dimensions and all. You're going to need to go through more than one, so I want to make sure you know what to bring in them.
Pocket dimensions?
Yes, this entire place is a pocket dimension. Not this room. That way you guys wouldn't kill us if you had a bag of holding on. But most other rooms in this tower are empty and instead filled with pocket dimensions. That's just the way these towers are done. That way we can have nigh infinite room.
Okay.
Yes, the basement you'll be going into is a interconnected series of pocket dimensions that some of them can be different than others and have different rules sets to them. So I could experiment with different things without being in danger. One of them allows no magic, is an anti-magic field in and of itself. That way I could inscribe runes without accidentally blowing myself up with powerful spells. Another, your potions won't work. That way I can test caustic brews to try and get the right structure by identifying the brew while it's inert so I don't blow myself up with alchemy. These rules we have to communicate here, and therefore it'll probably take 20 minutes or so.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with standing. I don't want to be rude and just sit somewhere.
Okay, sure, I guess. Uh, Lots of explosions. There is a lot of explosions in my line of work. One of the first spells we teach people at the Solstice Academy is Fireball. It's extremely useful versus a swarming group of bar thugs who happen to pick on the nerds. Usually, wizards aren't strong enough to kill people outright unless they specifically focus on trying to kill people outright. Either way, if you guys are all going to stand, I will. And she scoots the chair over so she can face you guys before reclining back yet again. And she goes on at this point, several minutes rant, explaining in detail, of course, and emphasizing no pocket dimensions of your own. If you have any item that would be considered a pocket dimension in any way, do not bring it. If you do, you will all die immediately as soon as you enter the basement. They also notify you that bringing a healer's kit is very, very important, because sometimes your spells and your potions might not work in certain rooms. Therefore, mechanical means are one of the most reliable ways to save someone's life. They also note that there are rest rooms throughout, and these rest locations have healing pools inside of them to allow any damages that are caused through any of the dangerous rooms to be healed. She also explains that there seems to be the main reason she won't go down there herself is there seems to be something wrong with one of my rock golems. I tried to create a stone golem so I could, have a golem that was strong and could do things. And because I wanted to make a golem, as a pet or something. It seems to have something wrong with it. Not necessarily. I'm not afraid of it pummeling me to death. I'm far stronger than it in combat. It seems to be dividing into smaller and smaller golems and collecting stones from the groundwork of the pocket dimension. So some of the pocket dimensions are unstable, and you might run into who knows how many of those rock creatures, and how large they may be varies, of course. And then she goes back to more narration of what can and can't be used against a rock elemental. Not to trust any of the objects laying around in the area unless you can identify them and know exactly what they are. Any cursed objects she tells you to never touch because they will likely trap your soul. With magic jar and all sorts of stuff. But after that long explanation, she takes a deep breath and just goes, so, in finality, the pay is 15,000. I'm willing to bump it to 20 if it's absolutely necessary. And there's one last catch. You probably won't remember what goes on down there very well, if at all. I specifically cast a spell called Guards and Wards that make people forget every turn, every object they find, every combat they have, so that any intruders will either get stuck down there till they starve, or when they come up, have garnered next to no information. So, you may or may not remember anything after the journey.
What
That
just happened?
seems very detrimental.
It is detrimental. You will most likely, unless you're super weak of body and mind, You will likely keep your information while you're down there, but as soon as you try and exit, the fog gets thicker and thicker and thicker as you try and walk backwards to the exit. And anyone but me will forget whatever they see down there. I have to keep it on, both because I don't want you to see anything you're not supposed to, but also because I have no way to turn it off. I would have to go down there to turn it off, and that's why I'm hiring you, so I don't have to.
Alright, Skins
Like
is
I
going to
said,
look at William.
I'll give you 20 grand.
That is certainly a lot
It
for
is.
a simple basement cleanup.
It's not so simple when you're in an archmage basement. If you're careful, it will be perfectly fine. If you're reckless, not so much.
Right, then Skins is going to look at William and, just stare at him. William, I don't know if you still have it, considering what has happened, but you wouldn't happen to have a bag of holding on you, would you?
You think I wouldn't buy a new one?
You gotta leave it here, dude.
Okay. Trent, can you tell me what happened? Because I'm gonna go get dinner and I don't know what happened.
It was a long narration, more or less I narrated, that she narrated for like the next 20 minutes or so. All the rules and regulations and not to trust certain things, and the threat that is here is a seemingly self-replicating rock golem that is stealing the very fabric of pocket dimensions, like the stone that is the pocket dimensions walls. In some cases, they're picking it up and replicating it into new rock golems. And therefore, some of the locations are unstable, stuff like that. Certain things won't work in certain locations, like health potions or spells or whatever.
It's like certain magic things, but not all.
It depends on the room. Depends on what room you're in.
Oh.
Depends on what doesn't work and what does work.
How
That's
much is the
why-
payment?
20,000 is her upper limit. She said 15, but 20,000 if it's entirely required to get you to go down there.
That would be even. It would be like way better even.
Yeah, I calculate my value of money on how even it is, so I can divide it equally.
That it really is the equally because it's 20,000. It would be 5,000 for each.
There are 5 people in your party. BL is technically here.
Oh yeah, BL. We don't have to pay him. He doesn't need to be paid.
Technically, 15,000 is more balanced
Alright.
that way, because it'd be like
It's-
3,000 apiece. But
Well, yeah, it's still
Uh,
it's equal, but you know.
I don't think we have anything like a healer's kit. That might be an issue.
I can supply one if you just give me like 10 minutes to summon it.
Sure. But I do want to be sure you will help Godwin here with his thing after we do this, right?
Yeah, if you're looking for his brother, it's I don't know, and I have no idea where this brother is. I honestly have no clue, but I figure someone in the Cerberus will have a clue, and I figure if I had to get my best guess out, do you know Luke, the other Archmage, the Antiquity one?
Yeah,
I think it's his servant of kind. I think he works with him in his tower sometimes. So I figure Luke has more information than I do.
Okay. And I suppose.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
No, go ahead. Just go because I wasn't going to say anything important.
Okay. Ashton, do you mind if I have a moment before we start this job to talk to them?
Fair enough, I guess. If you don't want any of the magical sensors in the room to hear you, put a lead box around your head, I guess. And she stands up and walks up the staircase, vanishing halfway up it.
It sounds dangerous.
It does, but 20,000? That's a lot of money, and the group has kind of been a bit poor. I mean, we've been pretty much just finding whatever we could off the outposts that we've been finding, but 20,000? That's kind of hard to miss, but it is an Archmage's place that is highly dangerous.
Dangerous
But
equals fun. Fun equals a lot of money. A lot of money equals everybody happy. I say we do it.
I pulled you
There's a
aside
chance.
to give you a speech about how you didn't have to follow me down there, but I suppose that's not a problem.
They're,
Well,
probably, they're
I mean,
too
was down to do
insane
it.
not to follow you down there.
I was trying to do it the moment I heard about it. I don't even care.
I do have a lot of worries about it, but Godwin, this sounds really important, and I want to help in any way I can.
I, I, I appreciate that a lot, Skims.
Don't mention it. I'm just trying to help. Do what I can.
I suppose the sooner we get into this, the better.
Well, we still gotta wait on her to give us that kit, and then we'll be good to go.
As you say
William,
that, the front door swings open and she walks inside, carrying a small crate, and just goes, "Here's your heli kit, by the way." Sets it down and then walks back outside the front door, shutting the door behind her.
okay, that works. Skins is gonna look at Williams like, you do have to leave the bag of holding here, so take anything out that's inside of it that's important to us, and then let's just get going.
William,
Hmm?
You wouldn't happen to have any liquor on you, would you?
Oh boy. You guys both say I don't have bag of holdings or the liquor on me. I don't know what you're thinking. Of course I do.
Well, I believe I am going to need a bit of liquid courage before getting into this one.
I have a question. Which one do you want? Do you want 8 pounds of, 8 gallons of beer, a really expensive whiskey, or less expensive whiskey?
I'll take the less expensive whiskey.
Here you go.
Why do you have 8 pounds of whiskey in your back pocket?
That's the alchemy jug.
Oh, so you just summoned
Oh,
a bunch of whiskey.
I can summon a whole lot of alcohol if I
Like-
really want to.
You don't have a cup of alcohol. You have a jug, like a whole
Uh-huh.
container of alcohol.
If I ever want to, it's be like, hey, you need a drink? Here you go. And it comes back every dawn.
Yeah, so you can
Oh,
summon
that
8
was-
pounds of fine whiskey every day.
I just go boop, whiskey, boop, whiskey.
Why
I
do
was
we
actually-
buy beer at a tavern?
I don't know why we did actually. I don't know why you spent money on this for
It's
alcohol.
the aesthetic that matters, bro. The aesthetic.
The funny thing about that is I was actually literally going to buy that. But I didn't know you had that, so here we are.
All
It
right.
also makes water, like normal and salt water.
Makes acid and poison. Too.
Acid and poison too. I think it makes mayonnaise for some reason.
It
And
does.
oil.
But your troop now has a healer's kit, and all of the supplies I believe you've asked for and or need. Unless you want to go shopping real quick and do an errand run and then come back, your troop can head in to the underground lair.
I don't have any magic arrows to buy. I'm too poor for that.
All right. Anything?
I shove the ruby in my heart.
Are you actually going to do that?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Keep doing it every session. Maybe you'll actually do it. But you guys ready to
I'm
answer?
thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it, but alright.
Yeah.
Ready to answer. All right. You eventually call Asher back in by just speaking into the air, and she returns down the staircase once more. This time, somehow teleporting between those fairly easily. And she walks down and just goes, "Okay, so basement's in a weird place. It's everywhere. So just follow me here." And she leads you through a series of archways that loop back in on themselves like 4 times. Before a door appears on one of the walls in the weird infinite loop. And she like knocks on it a few times. Some runes are dispelled. She casts a few more spells before creaking the door open, and it has like an artificial wooden door creak from like a cellar. It seems like she purposely put it in as it's played through like a weird audio like in the corner of the room, not from the door. And she opens it up, and it's like a dark interior, and you see lights flickering inside the weird tunnel-like structure leading into the seemingly magical room beyond. You hear some scraping and grinding from the inside, but I don't know if that worries you too much. You're brave. And she looks in and goes, "Be my guest. I will warn you before you go in, no idea how long this is going to take. Anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. Depends on how fast you are. You could get through a day if you're quick enough. There is healing healing rooms, so you don't necessarily have to sleep all that often.
Just gonna like think for a second. Is there certain directions in this place? Because I could jot them down if you tell me them.
Well, the gimmick here is you don't really need directions when all you're trying to do is kill the monsters. Like, you need to go to every room anyway.
That's fair. Just in case if this magic does work on us and we forget what a healing station looks like.
I'm certain it will. I'm certain it will work on you on the way out. Not so certain it'll work on you on the way in.
Okay.
I would draw a pool of water and put the word heal next to it, I guess, to make sure you remember that is a healing room. But on the way out, it will almost certainly wipe your memory, all of you. Like, I am a powerful archmage who spent I don't know how much gold ensuring that it would wipe your memories.
Is there a way we could keep a memory? Is there any chance?
The only way you could keep your memories is if I went in there and turned off the guards and wards, meaning I would have to reinfest, God knows how much money, to reset it up, but also, I would have to go in there with the rock golems, and I don't know how many are in there. That's why I'm sending you in there, because you guys are way braver than I.
So there is 0 chance we keep a memory.
No, not really.
Well,
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky or something. I don't know. But this party ain't really that lucky. Anyway, Skins has jotted down the healing stations, what they look like, in case he forgot. And he just has a stack of papers to just kind of jot down where they've been, just in case if they actually forgot.
and this is what a door looks like. This is what a monster looks like. This is what a room looks like.
So after writing down all these reminders, you guys ready to enter?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your party lights a torch to bestow light to... None of you actually don't need a torch. You can all see.
Except Biel, I
never
think.
mind.
Oh no, we said Biel can get dark vision because he's.
Yeah, he got goggles or something. But your party heads in to the darkness, seeing relatively fine, and makes their way down the hallway into the first room. The first room looks to be more of a intersection than anything else, with just a few tables littered on the... What was on the tables again? You guys step outside, stumbling out and being carried by Astrid and several other figures you don't recognize, out to the sitting room, thrown onto the chairs, wounds scarring most of your body. And the last thing we'll end this session with is, you got him all right? Good. And Astrid slaps you on the side of the face to try and jostle your memory. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. With you guys having no memory of that entire journey that you supposedly went on.
Okay, this is either a good thing or a bad thing, guys.
Uh-oh.